Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weeping and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
I am the future of boxing, Keith Cologne, and I'm rocking with BVO Sports TV.
Shout out to BVO Boxing. You understand? Check the boy out. Check the kid out. You understand?
Yo, what's up, fam? It's Sharif One, the only one from New York City. Yo, shout out BVO Boxing. We appreciate you, everything you do for the boxing culture, for the world. Can't wait for it to be on top, man. Salute.
Hey, what's going on, Sports Talk Network family? Hey, did y'all know the NFL season is right around the corner? And Sports Talk Network has put together 3 ways that you can interact with the NFL football season even more. First way, we got the last man standing pool. Everyone that joins, you will pick a team that you believe that will win. If that team wins, you move on to the next week. If that team lose, you out. The last man standing at the end of the season will get a cash grand prize. The next way, NFL Pick'em. You will get 5 teams that you can pick up. Yes, you can pick 5 teams each week. And at the end of the season, we're going to add up your wins and losses. There will be a first place winner, a second place winner, and a third place winner. And the last way that you can interact, the granddaddy of them all, NFL fantasy football. Everybody believes they know how to manage a team. Well, this is going to be the way to show us that you can manage a team. You'll get an NFL draft, and you can pick the players that you want on your team. And then you play a season. At the end of the season, there will be a Super Bowl. The winner of that Super Bowl will be first place. Second team that played in that Super Bowl will be second place. And the third place team will battle it out for the third place. Everybody will win a cash prize. How do you join these leagues? I'm glad you asked. All you do is cash out $50 to Sports Talk Network. You put down your name and what league you want to be in. If you want all 3, you simply put your name down and say all 3, $150. If you want to be in 2, cash out $100. Put your name down, tell us what 2 leagues you want to be in. Want to be in 1 league? Cash out $50. Tell us what league you want to be in and put your name down. I believe everybody can win, but the only way you can win is if you play. You can't win by not playing. So let's see how good of an NFL fan you are. I'm going to be watching Sports Talk Network, the greatest network on YouTube. Peace.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Sports TV in the house of my man B3 Picks, aka the king of the snow bunnies, man. What's going on? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, family. Shout out to everybody in the doghouse. Salute everybody that's coming through in the chat, man. Let's work.
Man, shoot to my man right side, pulling in free. Boss Joy. I don't know what happened. I know my man Free was in the background. He fell off, but he'll be back. But we got to talk about this, man. We've seen a lot of these content creators going out of their way to disrespect the Normans and disrespect the Haneys, man. What is all this coming from? B3, what you think it's coming from, man?
Well, it's because they jumped the gun and they realized and they thought that Haney, Bill, and Devin was gonna duck out of the fight. But what they see is they following the media and you watching other people and these guys is getting too emotional. And what they gotta realize is that this stuff takes time to finalize behind the scenes. So shout out to the champs, both of them, Norman Jr. and Haney, Devin Haney, for making the fight happen. It's going to be in Riyadh season, November. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait to see my man Brian Norman step over Devin, man. That's going to be nasty. I can't wait to see that. What about you? That's the word. This word on the street is he going to step over him.
Well, that's what he said he going to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's up to him to do it in the ring. You talking about him stopping an undisputed champion. To you know what I'm saying, Floyd's pretty much Floyd's child in the as far as a boxer developed in the Mayweather gym under Floyd Senior, Roger, and Floyd Jr. So good luck with that.
What you think about everything that's going on, Free?
I think it's good. I mean, if they got the fight made, I think it's good. I think it's going to be a real test for both of them. I think it's going to be a test because this will be probably the most pure boxer that Brian Norman has faced, and I think this is going to be a real test for Devin at 147. This is the first real 147-pound fighter that he has faced because Jose Ramirez was moving up and Devin both was moving up. So this will be his real test at 147. And Brian Norman is a big puncher, so it's going to be a test for both these guys. I think a win for either one of these guys is a big win on their record book. So if Devin wins, it's going to be a big win for Devin. If Brian Norman wins, it's going to be a big win for Brian Norman. So either one of these guys is going to come out on the right side of building on their career.
And
My man.
I will say I agree with you, Free. And it kind of for Devin, I believe it depends on how the fight goes because if Devin go in there and step on Norman Jr., they'll say Norman Jr. he was a one-time champ. He was 23. They'll say he was inexperienced. Devin cherry picked him. So I'm already knowing how the game go. These people they get real flip floppy. But shout out to Devin for even giving the young guy opportunity. They said that he don't fight nobody his age and his size. Well, here we go. And hopefully, well, we know under the vise of Turkey, he's gonna make it on a clean, even playing field. So this gonna be one of the best fights of the year.
So you think Devin gonna get off the snack program to do this fight?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, why would he need to do that?
I wouldn't fight him if he was on a snack program. I'll just be honest.
I mean, he's not. He's been on snack. He hasn't popped positive, and he hasn't stepped on no. He hasn't stopped nobody in about 4 or 5 years, 6 years now. So, I mean, I really wouldn't be too concerned about that if I was Norman Jr. He need to be worried about them feet.
What you think about it, Free? How you see that fight playing out?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, if Turkey is doing what he's shown in the last couple, the fight that he put on this weekend, I don't think Devin's going to be able to fight the way that he fought against Jose Ramirez. I think he's going to have to sit in the pocket at some point and fight Brian Norman in the pocket. Because those rings that Turkey displayed this past weekend, that ring couldn't have been no more than a 12-by-12. Couldn't have been.
Like some of those playpens he had?
Huh?
Those little playpen rings, those are real?
Yeah, no. That if you watch the fight that happened this past weekend, not the fight that happened yesterday. I'm talking about the fight that happened on Friday.
You talking
That
about
was
and Billy, Christian and Billy?
Yeah, Chris and Billy. That was a Rehab season card. That ring was small. Like it looked like it couldn't have been no bigger than a 12-by-12.
And it was 2 first-round stoppages on that card.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to fight. He's gonna have to fight in the pocket because it seemed like Turkey ain't playing about that Tom and Jerry. He look like he really want these guys to throw punches in his ring. He ain't trying to have anybody run around the ring.
I'm in full agreement with that. And Turkey is paying a lot of money. So he definitely wants action packed. I mean, I don't believe Devin needs a stoppage, but he at least needs to let his hands go. At least needs to be exciting for the fans. DP Rocker said Hagler versus Leonard 2.0. What y'all think?
Nah, I don't think it's no Hagler. I don't think it's Hagler Leonard 2.0. I don't think. I mean, like you gotta. I don't think Brian Norman fights anything like Hagler. I don't think he's as dominant as Hagler was, and I don't think Devin as slick of a boxer as Sugar Ray was. I think this is a matchup of a boxer versus a puncher, but I don't think it's no Hagler and Leonard. I think that's going a little bit too much.
Man, salute to the homie TD Sports. Shout out to Thomas in the building. But yeah, we working, man. Shout out to TD. So Free, let me ask you this. With this fight being finalized in Saudi, who would you let me how I want to put this. Would you put the Ring magazine ring belt up for this fight, or do you feel like that only should be for unifications or Norman Jr.? You know, they neither one of these guys are going to be in that position to get the ring belt yet.
You said a Ring magazine belt?
Yeah, so for this fight to be for the lineal,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, that's Turkey's belt, so he can put it up for whatever fight he want to put it up for.
Right.
Now, if you're talking about is either one of these guys in position to be called the linear champion? No.
The fight, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. They haven't done enough in the division, so I don't want them to mess up the mystique of the belt. The belt is strictly for the lineal. It's kind of been set up that way. So yeah, you're right. That makes sense. I think if they do a unification with Rolly or not Rolly, but maybe like the Pac-Man Barrios winner. Something like that.
Yeah, I think it has to be. I mean, because these guys hasn't really done that much at the weight class, I would say it has to be at least 2 belts on the line or 3 belts, something like that. It had to be a unification or something like that for it to be a linear
And you know
spot.
the only reason I asked is I think these are the top 2 talents right now. I mean, with Boost moving out, I'm trying to think of at 147. I feel like Norman and Haney are the top 2 talents.
Yeah, I'm really.
So they just got to, they just got to do a little.
Salute,
Brother
salute,
Dub in the
salute.
building, man. What's up, Dub?
What up, homie?
I don't know
Yeah, man. We just
if I put Devin as the top 2 talent. I got to see what he does at 47. He hasn't fought anybody at 47 yet. So I mean, we could project that he might be one of the top guys at 47, but I got to see what he does because regardless of what we believe, the whole other thing could play out when they get in the ring. I mean, Devin could not be able to deal with these guys at 47. So I don't know. I don't want to put him at that level just yet. Now, he has potential to be one of the top guys at 47, but I'm not going to put him at that level yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you talk about Black Jesus, man, he done kind of done a lot of things in the past. I just think I wouldn't put it necessarily on this fight, but I would give it to the Manny Pacquiao Barrios winner. What would you guys say about putting the Ring magazine on that belt?
How?
On that fight?
No,
yeah.
no,
So
they
for the
don't.
tournament,
Why would I do that?
no, you talking
Because
about a tournament style,
like
like
a
the
tournament
winners
style.
meet.
The 2
Okay, that
winners
makes
meet.
sense.
The
Okay.
winners
that makes
meet,
sense.
and whoever wins, then they get the Ring magazine belt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
I
said.
thought you were saying Barrios and Pacquiao, the winner of that gets the
No,
Ring magazine belt.
Oh yeah, that's
no,
what I thought
the
you
winner,
said too.
the winner that wins out of them, and then Haney, Norman. That's what I'm saying. The winner of that fight should get the
there,
belt,
BB?
and then whoever fights Rolly, then when they do undisputed, that way Rolly can get a chance at the belt, and he get a chance at the Ring magazines.
Salute to the homie Daniel, man. Appreciate you coming in the chat, family. Happy Sunday.
I agree with that. That's what I originally said. I said it got to be at least a unification on the line before you could say it's a linear spot before somebody. Because I think it's got to be a unification because unless you're fighting a man, if you're fighting the man, then yeah. If it was Jerome Booson and he was the linear champion, and you was fighting him, then yeah, the linear belt is on the line. But if there's no linear champion, I think it has to at least be a unification because you got multiple champions in the weight division. So you got to at least have a unification on the line in order for it to be a linear shot.
Now, what's interesting though, and I don't know exactly how it's happened, and we've seen this happen before. And I was listening to another content creator kind of speak on this, but some type of way, I don't know exactly how, but the IBF belt. Watch, I'm not saying this is a fact because I know Lewis Crocker and Patty Donovan. I believe they're supposed to be fighting for the IBF title. I believe.
Yes.
Has that fight been made?
It's been ordered the purse.
Announced, no.
It's been ordered the purse though.
Okay, it has been ordered the purse.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it's Eddie Hearn work with both fighters, so that don't make sense. But okay.
But that's what that's what the IBF do to kind of cover their cheese that they have to do, make a fight where they got to go to purse bid. That's all.
So, but hey man, I like the fight a lot, and man, I'm excited and I'm nervous at the same time. Yeah, and like I said from the beginning, man, I'm not this ain't, and I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad the fight is being made, but I ain't picking nobody yet. I can't pick a winner because, hey, y'all know I rock with my Georgia brother, you know what I'm saying, Junior, and y'all know I always rock with Devin. I love Devin. So, man, I'm torn, you know what I'm saying? But I'm excited.
On, man. You from Winter Robbins, man. You gotta go with your boy from Decatur, man.
Hey, man, listen. Hey,
you got to.
That's why I say I don't know who I'm going with yet, man. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I was like, I didn't think at first. I was wondering. I'm like, we hearing about it. You know, folks going crazy online talking about this stuff. And now, you know, we had a show the other night, and everybody jumped. Folks got up there talking about why the fight wasn't going to happen and who ducking, and then the fight is off, and now it's on, and, you know, all just these different moving pieces to it. And now for the announcement to come out and be made, shout out to both of you brothers for being calm, you know what I'm saying? Even with the back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Both Bill and Senior, they both been saying, man, we working behind the scenes to get this thing done, you know what I'm saying? And man, I'm proud of them brothers for sitting down, working it out, you know what I'm saying, making the fight. And now, man, like I said, we're gonna do so many different breakdowns of this thing up until November. It's just, boy, it's like, you know, you own it, bro. And then look, it's my birthday tomorrow, so this is a birthday present to me. You feel me? So, I'm excited.
Happy early birthday, my brother.
I appreciate it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you and Mike Tyson got the same birthday. I think you said that before. Happy birthday,
me and Mike Tyson got the same birthday, man. So, yeah, man, I'm excited, nervous, but I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it.
You, Mike Tyson, and my sister.
Hey, shout out to your sister, man.
Yeah, man. You know the thing that's so exciting about it is that the fight is happening. And you know what get me? You still got the little meat boy contractor saying the fight won't happen, Turkey won't make the fight. Man, they're not about to miss that kind of money. We all heard, you know, Brian come on our show and say, I'm tired of working a full-time job. This kind of fight, he might not be working no more. I mean, I don't know. What you guys think? How much you think a fight like that would generate?
I already called I already called that behind the scenes. Shout out to Norman Senior. I said, I called that behind the scenes. Norman Senior retirement. I mean, just from his day job, you know what I'm saying? Just from working his truck, and if he choose to, shout out to the Normans. Norman Senior put his son in position. He definitely got out on the YouTube streets and started selling his son to the public. So his son definitely has a support system. He didn't get the opportunity to get the hometown fight just yet, but he still put himself in position for a big Devin Haney fight. Tiafimo, he didn't want the Norman Jr. fight, so he in steps the American Dream, Devin Haney, coming to save the events, to put on great fights in the sport. So, man, big shout out, and I'm hoping and praying that it's upwards of $5 million or whatever. Turkey just pay these boys that money, man, so they can turn up and and put on for their community and their family.
I was listening to y'all know Tay Jones?
Yeah,
I was listening to Tay. He
is
was
that Pac-Man Jones, brother?
Nah, that ain't no Pac-Man Jones, brother. But
no, that is Pac-Man Jones' brother.
That's really his brother?
Yeah, that's his real brother. Hey, I thought that was Pac-Man Jones when he said his name was Tay. That's why I was asking. That Pac-Man Jones is Tay Jones' brother. That's his real brother.
I didn't know that. Well, I just know I was listening to him kind of talk about it, and he was saying, man, these folks ain't they ain't ducking out no fights or nothing, man. You know how much money is on the line here? And he said he was talking to the junior manager, and the manager was like, man, I'm trying to salvage this thing because we all get paid off this one right here. This a big one right here for us. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to them brothers, man.
100%.
They're saying that the money looking right on both ends, according to what Tay was talking about. He didn't say any numbers. You know what I'm saying?
A million %.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm happy for them brothers, man.
And it's a shame that a guy like Teofimo Lopez. Say that again, BVO.
No, I said one thing.
Say what you said again.
One thing you can say about Devin, man, you see by all the gold teeth in his mouth, the brother know how to get a couple dollars, man.
Oh, he getting paid out here. He getting paid.
He getting to the money.
And get what?
He got a couple of diamonds in his teeth.
And y'all know it's crazy when Bill put the hit list out, right? Yeah. Everybody was like, man, he not gonna fight nobody on this list, this, that, whatever. And what he did, he went down and the first person who was available, he said, let's do it. And one thing you can, I don't care what you say about Devin, one thing you can never say is the man turned down smoke. He don't turn down no smoke. You know what I'm saying? So when Teofimo Lopez out here complaining about the money he making, and he has the opportunity to make these fights, he turned it down. And then Devin stepped right there and be like, you know what? Well, you can turn it down. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar. You know what I'm saying? Go buy me a couple of Rolexes for this thing. You feel me? I ain't mad at you, brother. I ain't mad at it. I love it.
Yeah, you know the thing that's so funny. I was watching the video where young Dev was outside the jewelry store in Berlinga, and somebody, and Lil TJ was out there, and everybody's making fun of young Dev because they was ignoring him. Who cares? He at the jewelry store, man. Who cares, bro? Like, y'all dudes get caught up in the wrong thing. They probably even hear him. You know what I mean? Like, I be hearing people talk, oh, Dev is corny. Up, man. I ain't never heard no dude who got millions that ain't got no motion, man. This is not how that works, man. That's not how that works. So stop hating, man, and get money.
And just think about it. Just think about it. He could have waited. Devin could have waited for the winner of Barrios and Pac-Man because he is currently the number one ranked. He's number one ranked in the WBC. So he could have waited and then said, I need the WBC to mandate me to win that fight. Instead of doing that, he said, nah, hey, I'm up here. You gonna welcome me to the division? Let's get it. Let's get the smoke, brother. And man, I'm proud. I love that, man. I love that. I love the confidence. I love, regardless of how much Bill talk, man, y'all know me and Bill, hey, regardless of what how I feel about Bill, you know what I'm saying? He doing a hell of a job with his son. Senior doing a hell of a job, man. And as much as we talk about fatherhood around here,
Devin get stepped on, man. I'm glad he took the fight.
Yeah, and as much as we talk about fatherhood around here, it's incredible watching these two great fathers operate, man. It's incredible watching it. BVO, can you hear? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Doug.
BVO, can you hear me?
I couldn't hear you at first.
Hold on, you just started talking in the middle of me talking.
Oh, my bad.
You know they don't got Wi-Fi in Cleveland.
Man, that man hit the phone just be out of order, man. Just be out of order all the time. Go on and bring the gavel on yourself, man. I want order.
You wild boy, man.
This is a sick Negro.
But no, just watching the way these two fathers are operating, man, it's incredible to watch. Shout out to the black dads out there, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good. And you know the thing is, I feel bad for Black Jesus because he's gonna get stepped on. But you know what? Respect to him for knowing he can't beat B Norman and still gonna take the fight. You know, I seen somebody made a
salute to Miss Cameron Fields in the chat.
Shout out to her, man.
Somebody made a video
in the building as well. TD Sports, Tommy, or as Rich Mancuso would say, Tom. Shout out to Tom.
Yeah, shout out to Rich Man. But they had the video where they put B Norman's face on that T.I. Rubber Band Man video, man, and I just laughed my tail off, man, because you know what? That's what's gonna happen, man. B Norman's about to blow up, man. When he knocked Devin out cold, he's gonna be one of the biggest stars in boxing, man. And I hope they don't start dunking him, man. The only fight I will say, I just hope that B Norman fights Rolly last. What you guys think?
Well, real quick, have y'all talked about the other thing that kind of worried me about this fight? Man, the ring size that Turkey that he talking about. Man, did y'all see the ring that what's the brother name?
Yeah,
And
we
Billy
did.
fought it?
The Christian and Billy.
Yeah, did
Yeah,
y'all see the ring?
that
Yeah,
playpen. Yeah, that
yeah, we
playpen.
talked
Yeah.
about it.
Bro,
Yeah.
you can't take two steps
Yeah,
without your
I
back
said
hitting the
that
ropes.
earlier.
You take two steps, you're back on the ropes in there. So I ain't gonna lie, I don't like that for Devin. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he's gonna have to use some lateral skills in this fight. You know what I'm saying? And fight behind his jab, fight slick. You know what I'm saying? To really win. And man, to being there with a puncher, all I'm saying, bro, it's tough to be in a ring like that. Y'all remember the ring that he was in with Jose Ramirez? The man did two shuffles, and the man back was on the ropes again. He was like, "Good God, man, what size of the ring is this?" But all right,
I mean, all Devin got to really do,
Styles
man.
no
All
fight.
Devin got to really do is, man, you got to put a punch on his back foot. We've seen it numerous times with Tyson Fury. If somebody a big puncher, man, you got to take the fight to them. So we got to see Devin get in his bag, pin his ears back, and walk, Storming Norman down. That's what you got to do with a puncher. You can't let him walk towards you or you're going to get knocked out. So somehow he got to figure out a way to walk B. Norman down.
Nah, but they
That's his
said that
only way to
that was the
win.
wrong game. They said that was the wrong game plan for Ryan.
yeah,
Told these people you gotta push a puncher back, man. You can't be on the end of a puncher's punches.
yeah, you can't
You
let
know
him
what I'm
No, you
saying?
extend.
got
He
to push
just
him back. You
you
can't let
gotta
him
be
do that.
defensively responsible.
I mean, if I was Devin, I would go in with the high guard and I'm walking B. Norman down. I mean, I'm
I don't
walking
know
him
about
down.
that, but I don't know about the high guard.
The high
That's
guard is
crazy.
crazy. The high guard is crazy.
Why,
I would,
what's wrong with the high guard? That's how
because,
you keep yourself safe.
but if you do that, then you end up in the phone booth, and
Oh yeah,
that's
that's a
also
good
not a
point.
safe place to be. So you gotta have some discipline, and you gotta understand range. But that's one of the things Devin does well. He understands range, distance. He can take that half step back. You know what I'm saying? Beat where he's in range and then out of range, but still in range to counter. So
Yeah,
he has those skills. So I like the fight a lot. I can't wait to see it.
yeah, he's terrific, man. I
Yeah,
just, you know what I hope? I hope they get Ben Davis on co-assignment again to make a game plan for this fight. I
Yeah,
love when they have Ben Davis and make plans for death, man.
yeah. I like being game plans as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be good too, man. Because the only thing I will say, man, I don't know why y'all saying the high guard ain't gonna work, but you gotta walk B. Norman down. You can't let him come punch on you. That's my only thing. Don't let that brother come punch on you.
Bro, the man tried to walk Ryan Garcia down. What happened?
He
Ryan
was
was
on
juicing though.
Oxygen. He was
Agreed.
on
I
He was
agree
on
with that.
Oxygen, man.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. He
And they
was.
also said Devin has struggled to make that weight too. But we ain't
And
gonna. I mean, there's
but
a lot of excuses, but
that's
you
the
know,
other thing. Though. I want to see how good Devin looked at a full 147. You know what I'm saying?
he's gonna rehydrate to probably about 175.
No, I don't know about one. He probably rehydrated about 164, something like that.
Well, what's his name? Bud and Arrow was going up as far as 175 when they had their unification. When they hydrated back to 175.
Now,
They
if
were
you
good.
seen Devin next to Benavidez, he walking around at least 175.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at least.
yeah,
At
man,
least.
small, bro. He not small.
Yeah, he
But
only
like you said,
5'8", but he a big guy. He a big
and he
guy, man.
definitely a bigger guy than Norman. But
Yeah, you
people
know
don't
what I
know
didn't
that.
know? I didn't realize that B Norman's kind of petite, man. I didn't realize that. He kind of a little
Bro,
guy.
when I stood next to Junior, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Now y'all know I'm already. I'm 6'5", so but next to Junior, man, Junior looked tiny, bro. He looked tiny.
Yeah.
I was like,
He fight at 147.
I'm like,
He-
but
Hey, him and Senior look tiny. When I seen you and Little Dub at the fight, I was thinking like, man, I didn't know Senior was that little.
yeah.
I didn't know.
Mhm. Yep.
So
Yeah,
and look, my son, he about the same size Junior is right now. I'm like, God, oh.
And what
That
you
shit look
think
10
that
years
means for
old.
Devin Haney?
But I mean, Dev
Muscling.
next to Dev as well though, he'll be small. He 5'8", 5'8", 5'9" too. So, and the interesting thing, they both got a 72-inch arm reach or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's
I believe so.
it's gonna
This
be
is
a
gonna
good
be a
fight.
good matchup.
I
I'm
agree.
just, man, this is just great for the sport of boxing. That's all I'm gonna say, man. When you have a fighter like Haney that's going one take on the tough challenges, not duck anybody. Always look to become a world champion, irregardless of who's in the way. Because, like you saying, he could have waited on the Barrios Pac-Man winner. Tried to fight a Suleiman Sissoko like in the interim, and then be mandatory for Barrios or Pac-Man, right?
Yeah,
He could have went that route, but instead he went a direct shot to the WBO to become champion, facing the biggest puncher in the division at this moment.
yeah.
So
Let,
The
let
man,
me
the
ask
man
you
didn't
guys.
even take he didn't even take a
Well,
real acclamation fight. Most
no.
of the time when folks move up to weight, you be like, okay, you get one or two fights that's kind of light touches. You know what I'm saying? Where it kind of gets you used to the punching power and what it feels like to be at 47.
Right.
That man said, "Nah, I'm going for the killer up here, man. I'm going for the number one guy in the division right now." Okay, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I like it.
Only thing I will say, man, when it comes to the 147, be careful with Rolly. That's all I'm gonna say. I think Rolly. I don't think he the best, but I know he punching the hardest, man. He was punching the tacos out of the ring. I mean, he is hitting hard, man. That's the only thing. That's the only guy I would say. Be careful with Rolly, because I think Rolly can knock anybody out at 147. What you guys think about Rolly with his new trainer?
I like that he got with I can't call the brother
Ishmael
name.
Salas.
Salas,
Yes,
thank you.
man. So
I like that he with Salas, man. He looked much better in that Ryan Garcia fight. That was the best boxing I've ever seen Rolly do. You know what I'm saying? And he cracking. Anybody that been in the ring with Rolly, they'll tell you that. They'll be like, the man is punching. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he punched.
hey,
Remember what's that dude Jackson? Remember he beat Jackson to death. You remember that dude Jackson? He was punching the
Jackson
block off of
Martinez,
him,
yep.
man.
Yeah, Jackson
man, he like
Arena.
he like to lost that fight, man. He should, man.
I thought he lost the fight, but he still was punching the block off of him,
Yeah,
dog.
right
he was
now,
hitting
and
that
I
dude
got
hard,
y'all.
man.
I want to
He
know.
he had some black
Okay,
on his gloves. He was punching dudes so hard. But I thought
I'm gonna
That might be
I'm gonna
racist.
give y'all
What
mine right
market then
now,
is?
and then
What is
y'all can
market
give me
then?
y'all.
one
No,
time
go
I
ahead.
seen Tank. That's the one time I seen Tank not shaking that head when he got hit by him. I mean,
Mm.
he wasn't shaking that head
Can
like
y'all
this
hear me?
is
How my
nothing.
audio coming through?
No, you
You
good. You
good?
good.
You
BVO
good?
probably can't hear you, man. You know BVO,
I
he
can
got that
hear. I can
radio.
hear. I can hear. Get
Okay.
out of here, man. That
Now
boy
go ahead,
Dub over
Free.
there with a
Yeah,
rib
What up,
plate
Files?
dinner.
yeah.
What up? What up, Doug? What up, Freezy 3 BVO?
What up, fam? Go ahead.
What's
He
Go
said,
ahead,
good?
man,
Free.
What's good? Prize.
Roche punching harder than
I
normal, in
wanted to
my
ask
opinion.
y'all this. I need
You
y'all
think that's
top three
true?
at 147.
You think that's true that Rolly ain't punching as hard as Norman? I don't
Hold,
know about that.
hold on. Let Three ask the question, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, cause you.
I
I
was
mean,
saying something
we
before
already
it
know
was.
the answer to that.
What's the answer?
What you saying, BVO?
I said, what's the
Rolly
answer to that?
cracking harder than B dot Norm?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's
so.
not. Not at all. It's not even. It's not. No, he's not.
I ain't gonna say it's not close, but I'm
And
gonna
and
say
Norman
no.
and Norman put his punch. Norman is putting his punches together. Tank went out his way to put Norman out there. So I'm just it's levels to it. But I need this right now from y'all. I'm gonna give y'all mine, but I want to ask y'all this: y'all top three at 147 right now. If y'all want to put four names, you can. But top three at 147.
Who's at
And
47?
So the top guys, in my opinion,
who want to start?
I started off. So
Yeah,
I would
go in
say
order.
Junior. I would say Junior. Man, probably Junior, Dev, and probably Junior, Dev, and Rolly. Man, I hate to say it. Because I think Rolly, I think Rolly beat
So you got
Barrios.
Rolly. So you got
I
Rolly
say,
over Barrios.
Yeah, I think Rolly will beat Barrios.
I say my top three at 47 right now is Barrios, is Junior, and is Stanionis.
Oh.
I think Stanley on this. I
I
think
would
he
have
gives
Karen.
Barrios
I
a
got
little
Karen
trouble.
over Stanionis, but that's
Yeah,
just me.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I would say for me,
Stanionis got.
I like Giasov as well. I do like Giasov.
I'll say I got Junior, Rolly, and probably I definitely I would say Devin, but I think Tiger Johnson got to be up there in the top four. I think he really can be up there in the top four. That boy can fight. I think he'll be
Man,
a
Tiger
problem.
Johnson still fighting prospects. He ain't up there, no top four. Still fighting prospects.
He
Y'all
up
didn't
there,
even
man.
want me to put. Y'all didn't want me to put Adula Mason on a pound for pound. Now you want to put him in the top four of the welterweights. Come on, man.
I think Tiger can beat Barrios, man, and the old man Pacquiao. You know?
Yeah, well.
We got to see. I
think I
don't know how to
got
gauge
Tiger
him
over.
yet.
I got Tiger over Pac-Man. I got Tiger
Yeah.
beating him up. I'm with you on that for
I
sure.
just don't know how to gauge Tiger yet.
Barrios.
I don't think Pac-Man.
Barrios is not good.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna tell you
stink,
like
man.
this.
He got laced by Keith Thurman. Go ahead.
I don't think Tiger is at the top of the division. I don't think Tiger is top 10 right now. Tiger is still working with prospects. I think he get in there with a top 10 fighter at welterweight, he gets beat. I think he gets beat. So I don't think he's in the top 10. So to say he's in the top 4, top 5, no. That man ain't beat.
Well,
I think he can beat. Y'all think Tiger can beat
hold on.
Santillan? Y'all
Let
think he
me.
can beat Santillan real quick? Oh, so go ahead.
No. We go ahead and answer that question. Then I'll
Yes.
go last. That's cool.
Yes, he can beat Chantillion. Yes.
Yeah, I think he'll probably beat Santillan.
I think he
I
can beat
would
him.
love that fight
He's
next. I would
stopping
love
him,
that
man.
fight
You
next.
said
Top rank
three.
make that fight.
You said 4
Tiger Johnson
welterweights.
versus Giovanni.
You
I
said
don't
4.
think
Top
Tiger
3
beats
welterweights.
Rashid Ellis right now.
You can
You
put 4.
said 4
I'm
That's a
welterweights.
tough
fucking with
style
you.
matchup for everybody, free.
Yeah, Speedy can fight.
Yeah, that's a tough style matchup
B3.
for
You
everybody.
said
I
4
don't think
welterweights.
What's up?
You said
top
4
3 or 4.
welterweights.
Yeah, top 3.
3 or
Yeah,
4.
give me
Okay,
top
3
3.
or 4.
Yeah, top 3 or 4.
I like B Norm. I like I'm gonna say Devin, because if he campaigns at 47, I think he'll be decent.
Yeah.
I'll probably go Jack Catterall. He'll be tough to beat.
Jack Catterall at
Catterall,
47?
he fought at 40.
I thought
And
he
he is
moved up.
No,
he
he
is
at
fighting.
47
He
now.
has
He at
moved up.
47
He
now.
He
has
moved up
moved
to
up.
40.
He fighting this
Yeah,
week.
Yeah.
he fighting this week at 47.
I'll go Jack Catterall, and then I'm gonna jump out the window with BVO, and the rest of y'all say Rolly.
Now, Rolly
Jack.
was number 2, bro. I'm telling you, Rolly could beat Norman, man. If he
There's some
catches, he
other
could beat
Stop
names
me,
Norman.
up
man.
there,
Stop
like
me, man.
you got this
Ryan
Lewis
should have died.
Crocker, you got Rohan
Polanco.
Polanco.
I like Polanco.
Polanco ain't bad, I would think, we take Jerron out.
I got Polanco over Jack Catterall. I got Polanco over
That's cool.
Rolly. I got Polanco over
Yeah.
over all y'all outside
I
of
probably like to swap Polanco with Jack
outside of
or
Brian.
Catterall with Polanco.
Polanco probably beat everybody. I think the hardest fight for Polanco is probably Brian Norman because they fight a similar style.
Yeah, Polanco
This is
tough.
this is
I probably would swap
this.
him out. I probably would swap him, put him in and take off
I forgot all about
Catterall.
Let me do this.
Polanco.
Let me do this
Yeah,
real
Polanco.
quick so we can make sure we get people. We got my man Ant-Man and Ant-Man. What you say about Tiger Johnson? I see you said something in the chat. I wonder what you thought about Tiger not being top 4.
What up, Ant?
What's going on? BVO, my brother from Cleveland, B3, D Free, Prize, dog.
Yeah.
What's good?
I like Tiger. I think Tiger got skills. The only issue that I have with Tiger is he's too apprehensive, man. Coach should not have to be barking on you like that.
Yeah, that's
Over the
nasty.
course of 10 rounds, he was screaming on that man. Prentice Brewer was about to, bro. He damn near had a stroke.
Go.
He was getting his dub right side on, wasn't he?
That's why I said I don't know if Tiger Johnson beat anybody in the top 10 right now. He's still learning. He's still a
Yeah,
prospect.
I probably would rock with Dev, B Norm, Polanco, and I go probably Rolly.
let's do it like this. Do y'all see who you got with the Tiger or Devin?
Devin.
I got
I
Devin
got
beating
Devin.
Tiger. I got Devin beating Tiger.
He's more
Devin.
decisive, man. He's
I
more
think Devin
decisive.
put hands on Tiger right now.
Can you pass me my?
No,
I think that Tiger got the skills to match up with him, but the thing is,
Experience, maybe.
Nah, it's not even experience. It's just the lack of urgency, man. Just the lack of urgency.
Yeah,
Like,
I
seriously.
suspect.
I told y'all before Tiger had his last fight, I said Tiger Johnson, in my opinion, probably be the first prospect to lose a fight. I've been said that.
Right.
He looked like the first prospect that's going to lose a fight.
What y'all
He
think
looked better
about
at
Gearsaw?
47 though. You said Gearsaw?
I think Tiger Johnson only came up because BVO's from Ohio, but Gearsaw
I don't
is a
know,
decent
TD.
fighter.
Who else? I said Jack Catterall.
No, let me get my top three. Let me get my top 3 or 4 real quick.
Welterweight is cooked right
So
now.
right now, let me say this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Haney's moving up to the division. Santillion, I mean, those is not big enough wins to make Brian really the top dog. That's why the lineal title can't even be on the line for this fight. Because if he would have had a few decent names, then this would be like a credible lineal type of fight. Because you got a former undisputed champion moving up to the division. So Devin is definitely in the top 4. Norman Jr. is in the top 4, and then right now, it's got to be Barrios because he got Ugas on his resume. I mean, Abel Ramos is a tough fight. He didn't get knocked out, but I think he's getting served up to Pac-Man. So right
Or
now, I'm
he's
gonna say
crushed.
Pac-Man is probably out right outside, and then it's probably like Rashidi
Pac-Man.
Ellis is probably like
They
his
got
3rd.
I never seen a
Because
guy
Pac-Man
fight.
is gonna beat up Barrios. If you watch the Abel Ramos fight.
I
If
don't remember.
Pac-Man is because Pac-Man is probably not gonna have no testing on him, so I'm definitely expecting him to be strong
Well,
and possibly knock
three.
Barrios out.
If you take Jerron Ennis out of it, they got Devin Haney at number 2, Brian Norman at 3, Lewis Crocker from UK at 4, then Polanco's at 5. I'll probably put
But
Polanco
see,
up
the
there.
only reason they got Lewis Crocker there is because he got a DQ from Patty Donovan. That Patty
Yeah,
Donovan was
that
beating
was
him up.
ugly.
But
Yeah,
both and neither of those are domestic level guys. With all due respect, I
I
love
wouldn't
those
put him in
guys,
there. I
but they're
definitely
not at the
put
top. They can't beat a Devin Haney or a
yeah.
Polanco or even a Rashidi,
So
I'm just
those are
gonna
my
pick
respectfully.
4. I'm
Tiger
gonna rock
Johnson,
with
bro.
Dev, B Norm, Polanco, and then I'm not gonna do a 4th. I'll keep it at 3. I don't want to put Rolly in there. TD was
It's
laughing at me in
Let
the
me ask
chat.
you
nah,
this:
Rolly's
how
not it.
is Speedy in the conversation when he got destroyed by Villa?
No,
He
I
didn't
didn't
get
say
destroyed.
Speedy.
Nah, he was dominating Villa, and he just gassed out at the end, and Villa got a couple knockdowns, but he didn't knock him
Oh,
out.
a
He
couple
got three. He
knockdowns.
got 3 knockdowns, but here's the thing: that don't 1 round or 3 rounds don't win you a
Hold on.
fight. Come on, bro.
If I knock
No,
you
hold
down
on, hold
three
on, hold on.
times, I'm beating the
That
life out of you, bro.
But it
no,
wasn't. But you got to rewatch the fight.
you talking about Villa, and you said you put Rolly in there. Rolly got beat by daggone Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, he got stopped.
Y'all like Esau Cruz ain't good. He's good.
No, it doesn't matter. He has
Man.
he lost. So if you're gonna kick Rashidi out because he lost, you got to kick Rolly out. He lost twice.
All
But
right,
he lost to
Villa
decent guys. He
versus
lost to
Villa.
Abdul Wahid and he lost to Cruz. Ain't no shame in those losses.
I ain't say it was, but when you said you taking Rashidi out because he lost, and that loss was a while ago. The same way Rolly loss was a while ago. You still holding on to a loss that he had a while ago. He hasn't lost since then.
And even with
Salute to
those
the OG
knockdowns, was it
crush in
like a
the
split
chat, man.
decision? Wasn't it like a split
Yeah,
decision even with
yeah,
the
I think
It
it
was a
knockdown?
was
split decision.
it was a
It
split
was a
Man,
split
decision.
Rolly
decision.
be getting gift decisions on PBC, man. We ain't Rolly is not a he I mean, with all due respect, Ryan, he
You a
left
nut,
his
bro.
right.
You a
Ryan is a type we didn't see any type of action from Ryan after the 3rd round. With all due respect, Rolly is being legitimized by Ryan to stop punching. We seen Ryan quit against Tank, so I mean he had to juice himself up and purposely miss weight to beat Devin. He looked like he didn't really even try. He just threw a few left hands and beat the boy up. So I'm not really putting too much onus on that win for Rolly. I mean, with all due respect, I do need to see him compete against top level guys. I don't want to see PBC be able to move him like they do Barrios and have him fight easy fights. Hopefully he can get a unification or something.
Well, that wasn't PBC that did that. That was Oscar and Turkey. They just said, "Yeah, you can have Rolly." The PBC just said, "Yeah, you can have Rolly," but that was Turkey and Oscar that did that. They thought Rolly was going to be an easy win for Ryan, and Rolly had
100%.
something up his sleeve.
Man, I think Rolly working. I think him working with Ishmael Salas, man. I think he's gonna make a big difference in his career. I think it changes a lot.
Rolly box
Rolly.
excellent, man. I don't care what nobody say. Rolly box a masterpiece.
But Ryan is a trash.
I don't care.
Shout out to
Rolly,
Rolly, man.
Rolly,
You can't
Rolly.
say
Shout out
he's
to Rolly.
Shane.
trash,
So where's
though.
Ryan? So is Ryan in the top 5 at
No,
147?
no. Based off what he just got beat. He got beat up by Rolly. He got 12-0 to Rolly. He Rolly 12-0 that
All right,
field.
is Karen in the top
I
5?
mean,
Who will win? Who will win between Karen and Rolly?
Probably Karen. He's a difficult welterweight to deal with. He's not really that. He's just awkward. So I would probably. I mean, I don't know.
It
If
depends
Rolly
on which
box
Karen. It
I
depends
don't
on which
know.
Karen we see.
that too, Dub, it depends what Rolly we see. If we see that new reinvented Ishmael Rolly, Rolly might box circles around him because it's not like he didn't take hardly any risk and he landed. He got a knockdown. He did everything right. It seemed like he followed his game plan, went through with it, and like you said, that Cuban trainer, bro, that guy there is a
He was
savage.
bombing on
The
Tank.
thing,
I don't know if
the
y'all
thing
remember
that
that. He was laying hands on Tank
the thing that you said was
until he wasn't.
which was
I mean, he
key.
was putting hands on Tank.
The thing that you said that was key for Rolly, what Rolly did different. Rolly didn't do anything different in what he did before. The only thing that he did different since he's been under Ishmael is he didn't press for a knockout. He let the knockout come. And so when he didn't press for the knockout, Ryan walked right into a
Yeah,
left hook.
they set him up.
Any other time you would see Rolly try to press the
Yeah,
action.
yeah, yeah,
Rolly
yeah.
wasn't trying to press the action. Rolly was just sitting there letting the fight come to him.
Right. Yep. And he looked good
That's
doing it,
100%.
D3. He boxed his like I said, that's his best performance to me. Screw them knockouts that he had against them nobodies. He boxed beautifully. Like his stab jab was working. I mean, Rolly looked like a whole nother guy. And shout out, what's his name, Dub? Ishmael, what Dub? Ishmael. I want to get the brother name right.
Salas.
Ismail
Ishmael Salas.
Salas.
Yeah, I like that game plan that he put Rolly. Rolly stuck to the game plan. He was defensively responsible,
Rolly
and
is super strong.
he did. Yeah, he is super strong, and he did his thing, and he let his power, like you said, he walked him into that left hand. He went right down. You know.
Salute to the family, TD Sports Talk.
Yeah, my brother.
And he said Rolly versus Polanco. I think we all know how that ends.
Polanco. I got Polanco.
I mean, but let me say this. Polanco, word on the street is Polanco didn't want the Rashidi Ellis fight.
He
TD
turned it
Sports.
down.
But that's a tough fight for any man.
That
Rashidi.
is a tough fight, but you got to
Yeah, he
take those fights
run.
to put yourself in position to be champion, though.
Agreed.
I mean, you're not gonna get no, especially if you don't have like a top tier fan base.
Yeah,
But he
Kenny
run.
Rashidi tough though.
Stop
Yeah,
the
you
running.
gotta.
Don't start with the running stuff, BVO. Don't start that.
Hold on. How you gonna tell me what the opposite? I'm giving my opinion, bro. I think he runs. He runs.
That man can box, bro.
Dude, if you call
He just gas out though. He gas out on crazy.
It ain't like now boxing is what Roy Jones was doing, where he was moving around, beating your head in. This dude be moving
He
and
was
running
like
away from
tomato can,
action.
man.
Who? Roy Jones?
Man,
Get off the drugs, man.
B3, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Do you
What's
think
up?
his time at the TCL served him well? Because his past couple of fights, since the Villa fight, he was over there at the TCL.
Yes.
And he's
Staying
been looking
active.
like
He been hurt.
aside
He been knocking stuff
that,
out over there.
that's what I was about to say, Dub, because you got that one round to get it in.
But Devin
It seems
Haney
like
stole that fight from him.
he's been pressing the action a little bit more.
Yeah.
He beat the crap out that last dude he just fought.
What's the brother name? Was it Ruiz? I think it was Ruiz. But yeah, I saw that. That was I like Speed. I've always been a fan of Speedy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that he's. I think the Roman Villa fight. You know what I'm saying? Roman Villa was put there for him to look good. He looked good the majority of that fight. You know what I'm saying? Outside of getting knocked down the way he did in that last, what was it, the last 2 rounds, something like that. But I think Speedy, even because I thought they put him in the ring with Rocha so Rocha could put hands on him. I thought the Manila folders had been passed out, and he got in there and did his thing in there. He did his thing against Rocha. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Rocha is a trash fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think Speedy a tough out for anybody at 47 right now.
Hold on, hey, hold on. I need this on the record. Hold, no. I need this on the record because I just thought about this. BVO cap something crazy. Jackson Martinez put hands and feet on Rolly Ramirez. They robbed Jackson Martinez.
Yes, they did.
They robbed him. He was beating
man, Rolly was cracking that dude. He was cracking that dude.
But you just said you thought he lost. You just said you thought he lost.
I thought he lost. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he lost, but he was cracking dude.
So they robbed him.
Congratulations. Exactly.
Yeah, they robbed him. I mean, he knew he didn't win.
Decisions.
Yeah, Jackson was doing his thing, but he had a lot of lateral movement going on. I thought he won the fight,
Man,
but
that's nasty.
Yeah, I thought he won the fight, but he was kind of running from Rolly a little bit.
Like he was saying, like the thing about BVO just talking about Rashidi, man. The boxers can't get no just due, man. That's why, and then Turkey going eradicate it too.
Guys, this is a fight that I really, really want to see. I can't wait for it. How do you guys see the rematch between Lamont Roach and Abdul Wahid playing out?
I think it'll be a good fight, BVO. I think that Lamont Roach got a lot to prove. A lot of casuals that don't know nothing about boxing are going to watch. We want to see what's going to happen as hardcore. We want to see what's going to happen. Can Lamont, he seemed like he weathered Tank's best storm. When Tank tried to turn up, Lamont Roach got hit a couple times, but he stuck to his game plan and he made it happen. I thought he won the fight. I think Lamont Roach he's more confident. I think he's going to be tough to beat, but the safe bet will be with Tank, but man, I don't think it's going to be easy. I think Lamont Roach is going to be game. He's going to be tough, even more tough this time around.
Even when you see Roach with the nachos and in his hand drinking beer.
I think he's going to be tough coming this time around. I think he weathered the storm, and I think that he's going to be tough this coming around, bro. I really do, bro. I think he's going to be a lot more tougher. I really do. I think he's not
be
afraid
honest
of
with
Tank.
y'all. I don't even think
he's not afraid of his power. He's not afraid. He gonna get hit, but he feel like he can weather the storm, and he gonna try to do his thing. But I think that will end bad for him, his confidence in his next fight. That's why I think Tank gonna win this unanimous or maybe a split. But I think I'll give Tank the edge to win the fight this time around.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It don't make no sense. Tank could lose this.
My man Ed coming here too. Go ahead, Ed. What you think about this fight though, Ed?
I was listening. I was waiting to see what B3 was going to say. He was saying that he think that Tank could lose it.
He can, but I think he's gonna do. I think that he's gonna do his thing this time.
Yeah, nah. It's not even. It's too risky of a fight, man. Y'all got to read the tea leaves. I don't even think this fight gonna happen. They talking about August 16th. It's almost July, right?
Yeah.
So they haven't even announced the fight. That'll be about like 6 weeks out or something like that. At the end of the day, Tank said the plan is still the plan. He tweeted that I wouldn't be surprised if he go ahead and fight Jake Paul.
Man, I'm
just being real with y'all because look at it like this: Lamont is not a big money fight compared to Jake Paul, which will be a crazy event. I mean, with all due respect, Lamont is a tougher fight than Jake Paul.
Is it?
So I mean,
I don't think it is. I think that Jake Paul will beat Tank Davis behind.
So I was listening to my brother L Dub and always
take a whoop. I think Tank will get whooped.
By Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Yes. You out your mind?
Yes. Jake Paul is a big dude, bro. He's about 200 pounds.
Let Dub finish saying what
he's saying. My fault, Dub. That's my fault, Dub.
So listening to my brother L Dub, and one thing, L Dub, he does a really good job of understanding the business and when things get announced, all of that kind of stuff. And he said something really interesting to the point of if you look at when a lot of the latest fights, and he named a couple of them earlier today, but he said it's usually about 6 weeks out before the fight gets announced. So he expects that the fight will get announced this coming week. I think it'll be interesting if we don't see an announcement come this week, though, because after about 6 weeks, because you know what training camp is, and maybe they already got some plan, but you want to give people time and the ability to get their affairs in order to be at the fight. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't get an announcement this week, I'm kind of with 3 on it. I don't know if it happens.
Or they push it, or at least if I'm over the top with it, they at least pushing it back. But
Yeah,
I do think
right.
he tweeted out the plan is the plan, and y'all know the plan was the Jake Paul fantasy fight or whatever.
Hey, now 3, do or Dub, one of y'all or Free, because all 3 of y'all. Do we even have a venue for this fight yet, or do we have a venue?
Oh, for the Tank Davis fight?
Yeah.
That's what well, I mean, you know, the PBC, they got the dates covered. You know, they got holds on like
But
the
no certified venue
already.
though is what I'm asking.
No, they already got they got the venue held for the T-Mobile.
Okay,
It's
T-Mobile.
supposed to be
Okay,
in Vegas.
okay, T-Mobile. That's what you
So I
answered my
mean,
question.
like you saying, like Dub 100% right. If they don't announce it this week, it may be getting pushed back. But if they, I was talking to D for the Win earlier, and we were saying, yeah, it's got to be this week. If not, it don't really make. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They might try to stump on Shakur and Shakur Parade next week and
Now, why do
announce it
you
next
think?
week. But
Why do you
Hold on,
I
hold
think
mean,
on, one,
2 weeks out.
hold on,
Jake
one
Paul?
second before you go, Prize. I want
Uh-huh.
to get Ant in here. What you think about it, Ant?
Mm-hmm.
The fight, I think it'll be a good fight. I'm curious to see how both guys approach the fight. Because in the first fight, I like what Lamont Roach did, but it didn't feel like he did enough to separate himself. Early on in the fight, I liked the way that Tank was boxing, but he didn't stick with that. Second half of the fight, he was just trying to knock Lamont Roach's head off. Most of the time when you see him knock guys out, it's not when he just walk up to him and press him and get him up out of there with a shot. He's usually setting some sort of trap or he's timing them. You know, they fall into a pattern, he takes advantage. But I can't remember the last time I seen him just walk up to a guy, load up with a left hand, and just crack him on the chin and get him up out of there. You don't really see that from Tank. And he was uncharacteristically impatient. So I want to see if he could continue what he was doing in the first half, which was using his jab a little bit more than he typically has in recent times. In the 5th round, he did a really good job of sustaining his body attack. But then he went away from that. I think that's the key right there. Lamont Roach, I think that he's too sharp between the ears. He got good vision. He's got good habits defensively. I don't think he's a guy that you could just walk up to him like Tank was trying to do in the second half of that fight and just load up and get him with a shot. He's just too sharp for that. So I think the key for Tank would be to break him down. And if you're Lamont Roach, if he goes out there in that high guard, do what you did in the 10th round. I thought Lamont Roach did a really good job of controlling Tank's high guard and just applying pressure, forcing him towards the backhand and all that stuff. He did a really good job with that tactically. But I'm thinking second fight, him being back with Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin, I think he's just going to operate on speed and just look to break him down systematically and then try to go for it as opposed to what he did in the first fight. So I think
You think that'll be a mistake to go back to Calvin and Kenny?
A mistake? No, I don't think so. I don't think
They're
it'll be
trying
a
to make
mistake.
him like a counter puncher. They want him to be a counter puncher, kind of.
No, I don't think it'll be a mistake. Even though personally, watching that Cuellar fight, I thought he looked pretty damn good with Kevin Cunningham. I thought he looked really good. I was watching that fight today. I was like, man, that's how I would like to see him fight a little bit more often. Because I understand where you're coming from, BVO, as far as just waiting for that shot. I'm like, yeah, it works, but then what happens if you find yourself in a position where the fight is too close and then you don't land that one shot? So I think it would be more beneficial for him to just get some work done. You know what I'm saying? Just get some work done. Hell, I think it would be more important for him, especially against Lamont Roach, if you want to get Lamont Roach to rush and potentially run him into a shot, put him behind on guards. So then that way he has to force the issue. And then if he's forcing the issue, that's going to create more openings for Tank. But if it's one of those back and forth affairs and it's just too steady of a fight, it ain't going to work. Because he knows he don't have to force the issue. He knows where he stands in the fight. So I think put him behind the 8 ball, make him work. But Roach, once again, work behind that jab, man.
I don't even know why you brung up this nigga for real. With all due respect, this dude done already tweeted out and said he don't even want to be the top dog no more. Like y'all can have it. Like I told y'all, that brother he about to do a celebrity fight. Try to make
Man,
about
you're
80,
not no
90
dog
million.
Abdul Wahid. He can fight, bro.
I ain't trying to hear that, but I'm agreeing with OG crushing.
No, what
I'm
you
agreeing with
mean?
OG crushing the chat. I
Talk
think
about
that
what he
Tank is
said
going to.
though. That's what he said.
The
I
dude,
think it's gonna be another fight. I
he's not
think Tank will
mentally
be
stable,
indifferent,
bro.
bro.
You can't really care about that. He's not mentally stable, man. He's a fighter. This
I
dude's
think
in
the
the hurt
hardest,
business.
but I think the hardest part about this fight for Tank, in my opinion, for him to really like Ant say to get Lamont Roach to really open up, and Lamont Roach was really patient in that fight. He was really patient, and he wasn't scared. A lot of times, Tank he can land certain shots because he has his opponent scared and fearful of him. On the back foot, he can kind of get in that high guard and start to walk you down. He couldn't really do that. Lamont Roach stood right there with him. And the other thing is Lamont was able to be first and last in that fight a lot of times. He was able to start. He was able to start the action and then finish the action. And Tank kind of was looking and trying to pick his shots like he always does. One of the most accurate punches in boxing. But when you have somebody who's not running from you, who's standing with you in the pocket, you know what I'm saying, and still letting their hands go and being defensively sound, understanding understanding what to expect from you, you could tell it rattled Tank mentally. And so for him to put Lamont Roach behind the cards, which is not something that Tank does regularly, he has to have the ability to be first a lot in that fight, and we don't see Tank first. We don't see it, and so it just I don't know how it's gonna work out. I don't know how it's gonna work out. That's why I'm interested in seeing the rematch. I'm really
I am too, and I think
let me say
Tank
this. Let me say this.
I gotta get my brother An opinion on
I
something
think
real
Tank
quick.
gonna be the monster.
Let me say
And
this real
what you
quick
think
before you
of?
bring Ant. Hold on, let me say this before you bring Ant in. I think the thing that we learned with Abdul Wahid is when he fought Gamboa, if you can stand with him, that kind of does something to his mental. All I'm saying is the way that Calvin and Kenny is coaching him, you're looking a lot like Danny Garcia, where he's always running out of time. And these guys at the top level are not going to come let you knock them out. You could do that with Frank Martin. We seen Frank Martin flinching. We seen Tank on the front foot, countering off the front foot. You're not going to do that to everybody. What I'm saying, and that just goes to show how Abdul Wahid has not been in there with elite competition. What I'm saying is, as he fights better and better fighters, you can't do that same old stuff he's been doing. The stuff he does is always, he going to come when he want, fight when he want. It don't work like that with very skilled fighters, because not only will they make you run out of time, they'll have you trying stuff to win. Because like Ann just said, was a great point. We never seen Tank just loading up, throwing shots. That's that Danny Garcia run out of time crap. And all I'm saying is this: what they're doing with Tank, making a guy that talented a counterpuncher, is horrible for his career. What I'm saying is there's got to be a point where we can say, you know what? It's time to move on. He needs to get either with Mustafa, or out of Atlanta, or I would love to see him go back to Florida and get with Cunningham, because what he's doing with Calvin and Kenny is not going to work on the top level. That's that amateur bullcrap he's been doing his whole life. You can't do what you've always done when you get to the top of the world. That's all I'm saying. But go ahead.
Yeah, but can we go ahead and get a vote? Lamont versus Tank rematch. Who y'all got?
I got Abdul Wahid.
I plead the fifth right now.
Okay, that's what I think.
I plead the fifth.
I'm gonna go back to what I heard Ant said and I heard Dub say. I agree with both of them in a way. I agree more with what Ant said. I agree some of what Doug said, but the thing is, yes, Lamont Roach was very patient in that fight. But the thing that stuck out to me the most after the fight, Lamont Roach was doing all these interviews, and one of the things that he said was, "I didn't do enough to win the fight," which made me think that he's going to do more than what he did last time, which is going to open up more for him to get hit with bigger shots because he's going to be pressing the action a little bit more. So I don't I want I mean if I was in his corner, I would tell him to do exactly what he did the first time because it made Tank had to open up more. And Tank had to do stuff that he didn't normally does. And so I don't know if Lamont is going to sit back and be patient this fight and let the fight come to him. I think he might step on the gas a little bit sooner and could get caught with a big shot. And if Tank Davis goes to the body, I think that's the key because Lamont Roach was getting hurt to the body. He wasn't getting hurt to the head. He was getting hurt to the body. And I think that's the key to this fight. And so I think Tank probably pulled this fight out.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this, Free, and you said you was on fire right there, but like if you've been paying attention to the chat like me, I feel like Crush is right on point. Like Lamont knows Tank, and Tank knows that. Like it's like you see that person like I know you, boy. You see somebody on Instagram doing stuff, but you know him in real life. You feel me? So I feel like Lamont. It's hard to disagree with you, Free. Like he gonna take more risk, and I feel like Gervonta is gonna be more accurate because, like somebody said, Dub, I believe, he's one of the most accurate punchers in today's boxing, and I feel like he's gonna get up for this fight this time, and he's gonna come prepared, and because he's very, very calculating, he's very, very good, and I know I give him a lot of criticism. Me and BVO, we be up here going crazy on him behind the scenes and online. But if I want to pick boxing, I feel like Tank is going to make adjustments and do the right thing. He cannot start late with Lamont Roach. That's dead. He can't do that. He got to get busy right away. He got to start working the stab jab early, trying to cut him off, trying to set traps up, like y'all like to say, because that's what he's good at. He needs to do that, start doing that from round one. When that bell ring, he needs to come out, start trying to figure out how to maybe stab to the body or set traps. It needs to be something like that, lateral movement. See what Lamont going. See how Lamont what he coming with, and then make your decision what you want to do. But he can't. He got to get started quickly. He cannot wait to 7, 8, 9 to fight. Because I think Lamont, like you
Not
said,
only
I think
only
Lamont
that,
gonna come to
man.
Rumble. He got to
Not
come
only
to
that,
fight.
he gotta get Tank gotta get to the spot. This is the thing. Counter punchers are like people waiting on the bus. They always miss the bus because they looking at their watch trying to figure out when they're gonna do what they're supposed to do. I'm telling you, Tank is gonna get his behind left at the bus stop again if he comes with this whole bullcrap strategy of trying to be a counter puncher. He has to be first. Lamont Roach is not good. We see a great American hero, Jamel Herring, dominating him. So I'm not going for this whole thing where he's something special or no. Abdul Wahid got and I'm gonna say this too. He had jail time hanging over his head too. He was going to be sentenced after the fight, so that's probably why he wasn't focused. So I'm
Okay.
hoping without him having to worry about getting sentenced to jail, which anybody would be worried if you about to go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
He had that jail time over his head. I'm hoping with a clear mind, I'm gonna be good and get him out because Lamont Roach is ass. I'm not gonna see him pull like he's not
Nah,
good.
that's cat.
He's ass. I mean,
That's
you
cat.
could call it. We seen Jamel Herring dominated
Was
him.
this
What
a
are you
cherry
talking
BVO?
about?
Was this a cherry pick gone wrong?
That's
No, it
exactly
wasn't
what
a
it
cherry
was.
pick. No, it
That's
definitely wasn't.
exactly what it was. The
It
cherry
was
pick
a
gone
fight. It
wrong.
was a guy. BVO, don't do that because we on recording. We recorded ourselves saying that we went through all of the fights that Tank could have made at the
That was
time.
the
Me,
best
you, and
fight to
Free,
make. That was the
and
best
that
fight
was
to make.
literally nothing else for him to do at the time.
That was the best fight for him to make at 35. I will
So
give you that. But
okay, right. So I just want to make sure so people don't try to come and grind us up later, so we can be on point. But I feel like you're right though. Like Lamont, I mean, man, I don't know,
he's
man.
ass, bro.
He
He's
not ass, bro. He
ass,
not though, dog. He
bro. He's
not trash,
ass,
bro. He
bro.
not, bro. You tripping.
He's
With all due
ass.
He's
respect, with all due
solid, bro.
respect,
What's
with all
ass?
due
What's
respect,
what's
I
trash
remember.
about him?
And let me say this:
Hold
with all due
on.
respect, I remember a year back and we was higher on Floyd, and
BVO fighting.
we was higher on Kia Austin, so much so that he was able to get the Shakur Stevenson fight. He was sitting in number 2 in the WBA. Some people wanted that fight. Of course, we know he's young, but as we can see, they still gonna pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? It's like a this era thing. He only gonna fight people from his era, or whatever the case may be. So, you know,
That's fact.
some
That's fact.
people get that benefit. They say, "Oh, you gotta fight younger guys and what it is and never that." But then at
Jamel
the end of the
Henry put
day,
hands on him, bro. Did y'all see the
Why
fight?
you talk? Why you talk about something? What fight? That fight was a minute ago. BV.
yeah, BVO been
No.
bringing up Gamboa. BVO been
Yeah.
all
Get out of
BVO been
Okay,
bringing
here.
up
folks.
sixes, man.
Hold
Bring up
on.
the present day stuff.
And then you gonna come on his
Everybody.
channel, and then you
Let
gonna
me.
cuss
Let
on
me.
his channel, and then you gonna disrespect Lamont and all on one sentence. That's
If
crazy.
me saying the A word, my bad. I just think
You
the dude is
cuss.
not good. He's not good.
That's
He's
That's
not
Yeah,
whack.
good.
what's up
He
with
is
He's
y'all
good.
not
real
good.
BVO.
quick, man?
Hold on.
That
His best win is beating the dude that Tank beat blind and Hector Garcia. That's what Tank did. Tank beat Hector Garcia blind.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
his best win as a pro. His best win as a
Okay.
pro against Hector Garcia, who's okay.
His
That's
best
his
win
best
as a
win.
pro was a draw against Javante Tank Davis.
Oh, now it is. Now it is. But that really could have went to Tank if Tank wasn't brain dead and didn't take that knee. They would have gave Tank that fight. That's
Man,
all it
if
was.
they would have did the rules of boxing, Tank would have lost the fight.
Man, you know, like I
wait,
know,
wait.
ain't no rules applying to no dog on A side. They never have, and they never
Yeah, I
will
know
be.
they make
Sorry,
up stuff as they go along.
Who
Hey,
is the A
listen, real
side? Who is
quick.
the A side for the Norman Haney fight?
Haney.
Devin.
Devin is that's easy. Real quick, man. I'm getting ready for work. I hear y'all cooking, and y'all cooking, but and then some of y'all sound like y'all know a damn thing about boxing, and I know it's done on purpose. So I gotta wake a couple y'all up because y'all know better. Next time I gotta check somebody from STN and talking like they don't know no damn boxing is gonna be a damn problem. But anyway, real quick. Now, BVO says something. You know, he says all type of stuff. He's switchy with stuff, but sometimes his switches be on point. Sometimes they don't. So let's go ahead because a lot of y'all fronting since BVO brought up something. I'm about to go there. So BVO just said Lamont Roach is not that good. Now, before we found out that he was fighting Roach, most of you fools didn't know anything about Lamont Roach. Most of y'all. Not saying all of y'all. Most of y'all don't say I knew about the if the shoe don't fit, do not respond. But I'm speaking facts. Most of y'all didn't know nothing about this dude. And most of y'all that didn't know nothing about this dude, y'all thought he was trash truck juice and all that. Boom, 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 boom. So gets in there. He comes out. He do something that everybody else did. Little Red, they couldn't do against him. So now, here comes the nonsense. Oh, this, that, he ain't that good. Blah, 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 boom. This is always happening when it comes to boxing talk. Y'all need to stop. It's not wrestling, none of that, right? So you find out this dude is very familiar with him. Prize, if I've been fighting you on and off since we was kids, I know everything about you. Our coaches know your style. He's going to look better than everybody that he's not necessarily better than that this guy fought because he has a freaking advantage. Let's just take, for example, just like with old Floyd, everybody thought he lost. Second time around, gave him a whole different look. And they was not prepared for it. Because they prepared for one thing. Oh, this is the very best of this dude. Because this is what we know. There's always something that you don't know. But if you, as the fighter, and your coach don't pour that mystery out, then you just gonna be run of the mill. This is boxing. So for those who's saying Roach ain't nothing, he's good. He just had a great moment against a guy that he knew better than everybody else. I'm not saying he's trash. He's nice, but he's not great. That don't make Tank any less better than what he was skill-wise before you thought that. Because y'all get all on this crazy stuff when somebody take a loss. Never heard y'all say, and it is about the greats y'all talk about. Ali's and stuff like that. They was getting their behinds knocked around and all type of stuff. Don't forget. Act like you have amnesia. Let's talk boxing. So if y'all gonna have that same respect for those guys when they was getting knocked around and beat up by guys they shouldn't get beat up by, and this, that, and the other, have the same respect and energy for everybody else. I'm not gonna let nobody on STN talk like that. Y'all starting to let other people rub off on y'all, and that's the sergeant of arms. I'm going to check you. So don't be talking like that and getting on here. Cause you STN people, y'all know better. And I get it. You know, y'all territorial, favorite fight and all that. No, I talk about everybody, even Steven, don't matter if it's my mama or not. That's all I got. But the whole thing is this, he coming with a whole different look.
Yeah.
We don't know what he's going to be prepared for. Now we're going to really get to see how good he really is. We already knew what Tank was. Don't make Tank any less than what the hell he was. Because nobody thought Shane was any less than what he was because Vernon Forrest knew him.
Right.
Yeah. Can Lamont show us that he really know Tank like Vernon Forrest knew Shane Mosley? We don't know that because none of y'all was talking all this stuff about this man before. So all of a sudden you figured out these things, or he got a high IQ. You never said that about his IQ before. A lot of y'all watched the Heron fight. Y'all never said none of these things. But it's always easy when you're familiar with somebody because we have guys in boxing that was just journeymen. But if they got in there with somebody that they knew very well, guess what? They looked good for him, or they was prepared for him the whole time. They ain't do anything else since then. So what I'm saying, and I'm going to land this plane, I have nothing against Lamont Roach. But I'm not worrying about Tank. If he win or lose, he's still going to be the same guy to me. Everybody ain't going to walk out this joint undefeated. And I don't expect them to. And I've been said, all our favorite fighters of this generation is going to take a loss. So deal with that, or you want to get a moist meter. Because everybody's favorite fighter got one coming. And some of these performances has not been good. This is facts. So this is just not one fighter. This is all fighters. Okay, it's all your favorites, my favorite, your girlfriend, his girlfriend, everybody else. Y'all better stop this sissy talk when y'all talk boxing. Keep it even, or I'm gonna put some grease on my hand and smack you back into the good boxing sense that y'all know. That's all I got. And I'm getting ready for work. Y'all keep on cooking, man.
Well, Brother Bentley in the chat said, but why Tank get away for the knee in the corner? Speak about the flaw issues that's being dust under the rug. I mean, I don't know what that means. I'll let one of the other brothers cook on that. Maybe Dub, or we get 3 in here.
Yeah, man.
But
Salute to
I
the
feel
OG
like
Fresh coming in.
yeah, that was
Only
tough. But like real quick, three. Like he could be the Vernon Forrest to the Shane
Nah,
Mosley.
BVO,
Like
you
that.
gotta play the quote. You gotta play your jump. You know what I'm saying? Because but here only you gotta play
I'm
the
about to
tank
do
drop,
that.
BVO. I don't know what
This
you
is a
waiting
sick Negro.
on. You should have
Now
been played the tank.
he definitely could be a Vernon Forrest to a Shane Mosley. Like that could
But
I'ma
happen
say
easily.
that
I'll
we
say,
always had these
But I feel
comparisons,
like,
man. But
but I
look,
feel
but hold
like,
on, let me say this real
I
quick.
feel like Tank gonna adjust and do better, bro. I do.
Like I said, man, it's a lot of watered down stuff going on in the sport of boxing. A lot of
but
vacant titles, a lot of fighting old guys for vacants and things of that nature. So comparing them to guys of the past, you really got to break that down strategically because you know we see the workings. The PBC has made
man, it
Esau Cruiser
sound good, bro.
champion,
It sound
Rolly a
good. They
champion,
Man,
all
they just
these guys
hold on, man. Hold on.
champions.
They check, man. It sound good. Might even make you feel good, bro. That dude ain't no Vernon Forrester. Like I said, Abdul Wahid was facing
Vernon
jail
Forrest.
time, bro. He was about to
All
go
right.
to jail, and he wasn't focused. I mean, let's just call it what it is, man. When I found out the brother was about to go to jail, I said, no wonder he acting weird. He about to go to jail. Any grown man know that nobody wants to go to jail.
Yeah,
I mean, he was facing as much as 6 years in jail.
you're right, BBO.
BBO, no,
Floyd had a bad
Cancel the fight,
performance.
man. You got a
that was
lot of
the Frank
excuses,
Martin.
man. Cancel the
That was the
fight.
Frank Martin fight. That
Oh
wasn't
right.
the
Yeah.
that wasn't the Lamont Roach fight. That was the Frank Martin fight.
Oh, was it? I thought it was.
Nah, he broke camp for the Lamont Roach fight for some reason, and he was.
It wasn't for him going to jail or none of
Then I
that.
stand corrected.
That was after the Frank Martin fight. Remember, he fought Frank Martin, and then Devin Haney fought whoever he fought. I forgot who Devin fought. Oh, he fought Loma, and then after Devin fought Loma, Tank Davis had went to jail. When Tank Davis got out of jail, that's when Devin
No,
Haney said he
you
was
missing
fighting
what I'm
Regis.
saying. he had a parole violation. I know what you're talking about. Right before the fight with Lamont Roach, he had a parole violation, so he was going
Yeah.
to go back to jail. I mean, I know you're talking about when he actually went. What I'm saying is, whatever he was doing, they're about to put his tail back in jail. That's why he was upset. And I'll just say this: no matter how it
But that can't
goes,
be an excuse. Come on,
bro,
man.
you talking
He
about
Floyd
fought his
had Floyd
homeboy. Let's
had
just keep it
hold
a
on.
buck. He fought somebody that know
No,
him.
no, no, three. Floyd had stuff going on when he fought Maidana the first time and he didn't look his best, even though I still thought he
he
Yeah,
won.
ain't
but
look
Tank
good
been
versus
have but
McDonough
Tank
because
been
he
having
was
this
just in
I'm
court
jail.
talking
case
about
to
the
deal
first
with for
Maidana
years though.
fight. He had stuff going on in his personal life
But
where there was
nobody said anything about this court case when he was clipping Rolly and knocking out Ryan and stopping Ryan. I'm trying to say he's been dealing with this for years. That's all I'm saying is he fought his homeboy. They thought they were gonna get him a payday. Tank was gonna get a decision, but he took that knee, and they couldn't give him the fight. He wants to fight Jake Paul.
I don't know
I'm
about
sorry to
no
burst y'all
fighting with
bubble
no
about
fighting
that.
with.
I don't
I
see
don't
that
know nothing
happening.
about. I don't know nothing about no Jake Paul. Y'all want to
Yeah,
keep
me
bringing
either,
up Jake
free.
Paul. Y'all keep sounding like idiots every time y'all bring up Jake Paul.
Yeah, I don't
Y'all
believe
keep
that either, free.
I
until
mean, you
until
did. I
and
mean, y'all don't want to talk about the real stuff that your
I
boy said. He don't want to be
the
the top guy.
the
So
real
why
stuff.
would you fight? Why are you fighting for a
Hold,
WBA
hold
title
up, hold
if
up,
you don't want to be the
hold up,
top guy
hold
in the
up.
sport?
Dog, you talking about the real stuff. The real stuff. We talking about Lamont Roach. You talking about Jake Paul. That's not real. That fight is
That's
not. That
real
fight is. That,
money.
listen what I'm
That's
saying.
Netflix money.
Listen what I'm saying.
I don't want to listen to what you're saying
Okay, then shut up. Then
because it don't make sense. I'm not going to shut up.
you talking about something you don't want to talk about what's real.
Well,
Nah,
Jake
how
Paul
about
is
you
not
talk
real.
about the money? Is
no, no,
Lamont
no,
Roach
no.
going to generate as much as
Wait a
Jake
minute.
Paul?
Wait a
Yes or
minute.
Yeah,
no?
we're not gonna do
Oh,
this. We're not gonna do this. Shut
I
ups.
got it.
Let's not. Let's not. Let's
We
not.
got to
Let's not do the
hold
shut
on.
ups.
I got it. We got to be in order, y'all. Come on,
Yeah,
now. We brothers up here.
We
We ain't
just
got to
try
do
to
all of
keep it
that.
100.
I know,
We
but the
got to
shut
keep it
ups, but
100.
the shut ups is a no go. Or
Well,
I don't like
that's
that
on
with the
free. That
brothers.
ain't on me.
Yeah, well,
All
All
I'm
I'm saying,
saying is this.
I don't want to hear what you're saying.
Well, then jump off the show. This is the
nah,
BVO
nah,
and B3 show.
no, nah,
I
nah,
don't
nah,
care
nah,
nothing
nah,
about B3.
no, 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 no,
Okay,
no.
I don't
We're
care
not
nothing
doing.
about you.
We're
well,
not
y'all
doing
out of
that.
hold on, man.
We're
Y'all
not
out of
doing
order
that. We're
right now.
not doing
I
Y'all out
don't
of
that.
care
order
nothing
right
about
now.
them.
Y'all out of order
BVO
right
gonna
now.
have to mute both of y'all mics because
Y'all
y'all
out of
both
order.
out of order right now,
Y'all
bro.
out of order, man. Come on
Yes.
now.
You
We
don't,
family.
Yeah.
you don't want to listen to me? I ain't got to
It ain't
listen
gotta
to
be
you.
Nah,
nothing. It
nah,
ain't
nah,
gotta be
nah,
all
nah,
of this.
nah,
It
nah.
ain't
Back
gotta
to
be
Because
all
you're
of
boxing,
this.
not
please.
trying to allude to the fact that he's
No,
not
no,
the
no.
big money
No,
fight.
No,
you
no,
like
no.
cutting
But it's a
people
way
off.
you can wait, freak. There's a way you can disagree about it, and we're not gonna embarrass
No,
ourselves up here
you
on this
just like
channel.
cutting people off. You don't
I
never
know,
let nobody
and
finish
and
saying
I
what they
know
say.
it's free, and that's cool, and that's my fault, and that's my fault. But
I'm
right
not talking
now,
about you. I'm not talking about
I
you,
know.
bro. I'm
But
talking
right
about
now,
B3. He
but
the one
right
that cut
now,
me off.
no, that's
D
cool.
free,
But
you like the D
right
free,
now,
you
but
talk all
hold
day.
on, three, hold on, because both of y'all out of pocket right now. Right now, we're not finna embarrass ourselves on this channel right now. So right now, we're gonna just keep it pushing. We'll talk about it behind the scenes, and then we back to boxing. But like
We
I
ain't got to talk
said,
nothing about nothing behind the
hold on,
scenes.
hold on, Freezy. What was we talking about? Vernon Forrest, yeah. Shane Mosley and all that, and tanking Lamont. So that possibly could be a thing. I don't know if it could be. Like Crush came up here and just flamed it. You know, he does know him. You know, he know him. But that does not mean that Javante, I think he's good enough to where he can make the proper adjustments and actually show us how good he really is. I really believe he's going to do that. So I'm not going to pick against. If I had to bet $1,000, $100, $500, whatever. If me and Free took a friendly bet for $50 like we do, then I'm not putting my money on Roach. I like Roach. He cool, and he showed me something. Hell, I'll be a fan of him, even if he losing this fight. If he fights somebody else, I'll probably be rocking with Roach. You know, and I think he'll be good. You know, he can move up. Maybe we'll see. But I feel
Man,
like.
salute to BVO, man. BVO, he's a cornball. He done got us on talking about Lamont Roach and Tank, a fight that's not even signed.
Whoa.
We supposed to be talking about the great work of Bill Haney and Norman Sr. I want to hear my brother Ant in the building. I want to hear what my brother Ant think about the Norman Jr. versus Haney fight.
I'm excited to see it.
That's crazy.
I'm excited to see it, man. I want to see how Dev how he responds. You know, early I was over there with Cam J and them, and I was saying we got to see what the guy does in the moment.
Yeah.
That fight with Ramirez was one thing, but we do know The last time he was faced with adversity, he didn't mail it in. He didn't quit. He didn't resign. The guy kept fighting. Right now, the consensus seems to be he just gonna get hit with a left hook, and then that's it. He gonna pack it up. But I believe it's to be determined. So I want to see how he conducts himself in that fight, and then I also want to see how he's going to be able to limit Brian Norman's output, because I don't think that just moving around on the back foot is going to be enough. Brian Norman, I don't suspect that he's going to pull a Jose Ramirez, get in range and not go to the body. I was actually watching that fight earlier before I went to the supermarket, and I said, damn, Ramirez left a lot of work on the table because he was getting in range, but the punch selection, it just wasn't there. I'm like, why are you throwing that punch when you got the body available to you? Because there were quite a few times where Dev was squared up with his body right there in front of him because he was moving laterally. He wasn't in a bladed stance. He was forward, like he was wide open. His feet are parallel, and he's moving around damn near like he's playing defense on basketball. Like he's just moving around laterally.
No position to throw a punch.
Yeah, he didn't let his hand go at all.
I hate it.
Hey, Dub, his hands was in the pocket the whole night, Dub, Ramirez.
Ramirez was
terrible, Ant. Terrible.
But hold on real quick. Let me say this, Ant. Off of what you just said, I agree 100% because, and we kind of talked about it as far as the ring size, all that kind of stuff. But my thing is like you brought up with Ramirez, even when with Devin doing the movement, a lot of it unnecessary in my personal opinion. I hated the fact that I would say that Devin was in position to throw a punch that fight probably 35% of the fight. And that ain't the Dev I'm used to seeing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to this because I don't think he can do what he did again. And we were talking about the ring size earlier, you know what I'm saying? What you think about the smaller rings? Because I think Free said he brought it up first as far as Christian and Billy and the ring size this past weekend that we saw with Christian and Billy. What do you think? Do you think that ring size will have anything to do with how this fight plays out?
Well, it depends on the ring size. I remember they were talking about that 18 by 18, but standard size is 20 by 20. So 18 by 18 is not that much smaller. But
there wasn't no 18 by 18 for the Christian and Billy fight. That wasn't 18 by 18.
What it look like to you, D?
That joint looked like it was about 12 by 12. That joint. it looked like they literally took 6 steps and they was on the other rope. One rope to the next rope was like 6 steps.
That joint they had on that top ring card, for Jahad Tucker, that looked like they was fighting on a queen size mattress.
Bro, that ring was crazy, bro. It looked like a ring out in Philly at the Blue Horizon back in the day, dog. Real rap.
It definitely had
bar room written all over it.
Yeah, I was about to say just smoke in the air and everything.
Right, you smoking cigarettes and cigars and cognac getting passed around
like it was in the conference room of a hotel or something like that.
And they put it in Saudi Arabia, so that ring might be 10 by 10.
They're gonna be in a phone booth for real.
Man, they really need to just come up with a standard size and say, look,
I like 20 by 20. What's wrong with that?
Hold on, real quick. All fights are gonna be in this size ring. If you're a professional boxer, this is the ring size we're gonna utilize.
Well, sometimes they can't, Dub, because of the venue.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with the venue.
You don't think so?
No, nothing.
You got nothing to do with the venue at all. Go ahead, Dub.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
All I'm saying
is, man, I just appreciate the fact that Turkey coming in with a new perspective.
Hey, B3, you must have got possessed with the ghost of Marky Dan. Let this nigga Dub finish, man.
That's crazy.
But all 4 of y'all niggas just talk.
Hold on. You got me reaching for my waist, man. Go ahead, Dub.
I was saying, what the hell? I don't. Shit. Oh, at the end of the day, man, there should be there shouldn't be all this how big a ring. the ring should be one size for every fight. It shouldn't be all this. We're gonna make it smaller. Big. It shouldn't be all of that. There should be one standard size, and everybody fights in the same ring. The same way you have glove sizes. It ain't like you can go in and say, well, even though we fighting at 35, we're gonna fight in 10-ounce gloves. Excuse me. No, glove size is universal. It should be the same thing with ring size. All that, man. Well, we want more action, and man, make one standard ring size and let it go. There shouldn't be negotiations on how big the ring is no more. It got to be some type of consistency in the sport for us to continuously have fair fights. Because even when you're saying that we're going to cut this ring down because we want more action, well, more action don't work for every fighter, right? And so you gotta balance this stuff out. And I hate that boxing is it's the wild, wild west. Every other sport that the football field, the basketball court, the soccer field, the baseball field. Well, now baseball is a little different because you have different depths and those type of things as far as the outfield goes. I understand that, but the majority of the time, field size is pretty consistent across the sport. Where's the consistency in boxing to say, well, now we got this, as Free would say, a 12 by 12 ring, but these dudes over here, they fighting in a 22 by 22 ring. Where's the consistency of it?
We have none.
There has to be some consistency.
We have none, though.
No, it don't. They don't have no consistency. I mean, they was letting my man, what's the dude? Sonny Liston put grease on his gloves, bro. This is boxing, man. They do whatever they want to do. I mean, they knew he was putting grease on his gloves. They never said nothing. I mean, I don't know, man. I get what you're saying, but the one thing I learned about the only place that's fair, especially in the world, is where they raise pigs at. So you can forget about it being fair or being standard because
I agree.
This is another way to try to limit the advantage of the black fighter. To be totally honest, that's all this is. They tired of these super athletic niggas running around on people. Now they want to make up some stupid rule. They got bug eyes. They had what you call it? They had Pickaninny talking about I don't like this and like, man, shut up. They've been fighting this for 100 years. You look at
Bow.
Hold on, what's his name? Who was Big? What was Big Cat's name? That Ali fought Big Cat. That's his
Cleveland Williams.
Cleveland Williams. When he fought Cleveland Williams, man, Ali was moving like a mug, bro. That whole fight, he was moving. So I mean, when you hear people like Bug Eyes, you gotta understand he is a bad faith actor, man. These dudes are doing nothing more but attacking blacks in a different way. Now all of a sudden, now it's considered running. That's boxing, bro.
Yeah.
That's boxing. Even me.
I'm glad you said that, BVO.
Even me, Mr. Mexican fighter, La Raza fan, can say that's stupid, bro. That's stupid to say you gotta stand the one. Even Ryan Garcia, the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, said that. You can't tell nobody how to fight, man. Come on.
Right.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
You buying Hitchens next pay-per-view, right, BVO?
No,
we're gonna cover it.
I'm gonna buy all his fights like I always do, and I'm gonna fall asleep.
What about Rashidi?
We covering it.
If he's on a major network, I'll cover him, but he's boring as heck. He's boring. I mean, but I don't think.
Man, salute to all the guys that move the ring in the sport, man.
I feel like
what Turkey's doing is racist, bro.
It's whack. Yeah, that's whack.
Him and Bug Eyes are racist, and I'm not afraid to call it a black bigot. Bug Eyes is a black bigot, bro.
Hold on. You can't call Turkey a brother. That's a brother. He's actually a brother, and he's putting on Crawford, getting Crawford the biggest fight of his career.
Yeah, but
a big payday. He also made the Haney. But I'm just saying, what I'm saying is this: people don't want to see excessive movement. We can't understand. We everybody said it was a born fight, the skull fight.
Like Free said, I don't care what you want. You can't do that. 3, you can't tell nobody how to fight. They don't tell the UFC boys how to fight.
Yeah, you a jigaboo, man. To even try to put it any other way, you a straight jigaboo, man.
And like he said, the leader of the Grand Wizard of the KKK said, "You can't tell me how to fight."
No, the thing is that this is what you're missing when you tell people what they can and can't do. Now
it's crazy.
You predicting
I mean, you're setting a standard. This is the only way you can fight. If you don't fight this way, you're going to lose this fight,
You
or
really gonna be
we're
wrestling.
not putting you in. We're not putting you in business. So you can't dictate the way a person fight. A person fights the way he fights. He made it
But
as
hold on,
far
hold on,
as
hold
he.
on. Time out. I thought y'all said certain things wasn't fighting though. Because correct me if I'm wrong. They said Purdo and all these guys said what Devin did was not fighting.
No,
I
They
don't
said
care
what
what they
Skull did
said.
was
They
not
wrong.
fighting. That's the whole premise.
What you do is you leave it up to the referee like it's always been. There's already a rule in place for if a fighter is not engaging, they can say, "Hey, y'all need to fight, or I'm gonna deduct a point."
Right.
That's up to the referee. You let the referee keep that discretion. You don't change it because you say, "Oh, I need these guys to fight." So even there's no more. There's a no run rule, or I'm gonna make the ring much smaller, so you have to fight. No, that's not what you do. You do what the rules are already in place. It's been in place for however long it's been
200
in place.
years, free.
Yeah,
It's 200
It's
1,000
years.
already
You
years.
been
can
in
make
place.
a
It
18
wasn't.
by 18 ring.
No,
That's in the
it
rules
wasn't.
as well.
See,
But
this
the
is
thing
what
was,
happens.
it was no problem before. Why all of a sudden, because Turkey said it, now it's a problem.
No,
Right.
it's because they're putting on pay-per-view events. They're trying to sell a product, and he got guys that's running around. They're not fighting.
Well,
They're
the
moving. They're
problem is
circling the ring.
the
See,
problem
So
is
that's what I'm saying. You
they
can't
need to
sell that product.
they need a match make better. Then they need a match
That's
make better.
right. I'm about to say they need
Skull
to
Hey,
had
figure
the
it
real
out.
belt.
quick, real quick. You know what's so interesting?
They
And,
need to
and
figure it
shout
out.
out, shout out to my brother Three, because Three is being objective here, in my personal opinion, because I know Three loved Devin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody on the panel, we disagreed with the way Devin fought in the Ramirez fight. But at the same time, listen to what Ant just said, because that was a smaller ring. And even in that fight, Ramirez, he cut the ring off to some degree, but he
He
still didn't
did?
throw punches like that. He still, well, hold on, if you listen to my brother Ant, like he said, there was meat left on the bone. You could have been
Definitely.
going to the body and let it
100%.
go when you cut the ring off and kind of cornered him. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I don't think you should be able to force any fighter to fight any type of way. That's why I say a standard ring size should be implemented. And then if y'all want to say match make better, whatever you want to say, I ain't got no problem with however you want to look at it. All I'm saying is that the same way I criticize Devin, I also criticize Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? The same way I criticized
Taylor Santos.
I'm
hold on.
go ahead, Dub. No, go ahead, Dub. Go ahead.
The same way I criticize William Skull, I criticize Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Part of the sport of boxing has always been understanding how to cut the ring off, and then how to force somebody to engage with you. The reason you got ropes in a ring is because you're fighting inside of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's the exact reason. So you can't just continuously get out the way. But to take one individual and say, well, because you fight this way, we just gonna put you in a smaller ring, so it's harder for you to fight your style. I disagree with that piece of it.
And that makes sense, because I think the thing that B3 is missing is this is nothing but what they always do. They're trying to make something normal that's not normal. You can't tell nobody how to fight. I
That's
don't
just
care.
it.
I don't care how boring Richard Hitchens is. But guess what? That's his right. If you want to put the fans to sleep, by all means, that's his right. But to say you're going to litigate from the sidelines, you're taking away the power of the referee. You're taking power away from the judge. Why are we paying all these guys all this money to oversee the fight if you want to control the fight from the sidelines? And I'm telling you, people like you are destroying boxing. People like you are destroying my favorite sport. And we want to get y'all yuppies out of here, man. I want y'all out of here.
I mean, what they gonna do next is
BVO, you on fire.
what they're gonna do next is they're gonna say, okay, you can only have these type of trainers that's gonna train you to come forward. You can't have the trainers gonna teach you how to box. We don't want that boxing. We want you to come forward and throw blows. That's what that's what they're gonna
Well,
do
at
next.
least give them
That's what's
health
coming next.
insurance. But I'm like Dub right side. What's the wrong with the 20 by 20 free? I don't understand what's wrong with that size ring. That ring is pretty you can do what you need to do.
They're
Like,
trying to litigate blacks out the
yeah,
sport,
and
man. They're trying
BVO,
to
and you
take
know
away their
what?
advantage. That's what they're
And
doing.
I'm gonna stand with
They
you on
tired
that.
they tired of black fighters dominating the sport. So the only thing is to make up BS rules that make no sense.
Just make up rules as they go along.
Let me ask you
Come
this,
on.
Ant, did you ever think in a million years they would try to tell a fighter how to fight?
That's crazy.
Absolutely. I mean, folks been taking dives. People been in fixed fights.
That's
So
true.
we've had situations where guys have literally been told how to fight. I mean, it's been going on for the longest, but I also understand where B3 is coming from too. You know, if these guys are putting up money for entertainment, and unfortunately, there's a fine line, man, that gets blurred once you go from sport to a commodity, and that's ultimately what it becomes. We're no longer talking about sport when all this money is on the line, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you what they did.
that's good to be
I'm gonna tell you
like
what they did. They did
advocate on it.
these fighters are doing to Turkey the same way the daggone NFL players did to Daniel Snyder. Yeah, we're gonna go over here and get all this money, but we're not gonna play as hard as we did when we was on other teams because we don't want to. We just gonna come and get this money. That's what they're doing to Turkey. We're gonna come over here and get this money, but we're not gonna fight as hard because we don't want to. This is a dangerous fight. I'm not fighting as hard as I normally would. That's what's happening. They're getting the money, and Turkey is paying these guys. And I told them from the beginning, it's a bad thing when you paying these guys this money that they haven't deserved to get yet. You paying these guys $6, $7, $8 million, and they haven't drawn in over 500,000 for their live gate. But you paying these guys $6, $7, $8 million, and then you expect them to go out here and fight a certain style. The reason why they haven't made that type of money because they haven't produced that type of fight yet. They haven't got to that level where they can get paid $5 million, $6 million. They're getting paid what they're getting paid because.
Question, bro. To that point you just made, do you think that some of these guys are trying to protect the nest egg, and by the nest egg I mean the fight after that fight? Because with Ryan and Devin, it seemed like that fight, the fights they had on Fatal Fury were like a precursor to their rematch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. They got paid all that money, but they're like, hold up, we're not gonna fight as hard as we want to because we know there's a bigger fight on the after this.
Other side of the ring, and brother round one says Turkey should just make a Muay Thai organization if he want to see no running. It's like telling MMA fighters no clinching / jiu-jitsu. Yeah, like that's that. I'm standing with brother BVO. I think there's something they're trying to do against black fighters with the boxing and moving. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're trying to get rid of that and just have a bunch of rock 'em, sock 'em. And if they want to do that, then make sure they have the best health plans for them guys and all of that. You know, do all that. I don't see what's wrong with it.
Let me bring my man Judah.
Let me bring my brother Judah in the building, man. Salute to my brother, man. Hey, he did. Y'all make sure y'all go check his video out. He did a hell of a video when the fight was announced, man. Shout out to Judah.
Judah, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Man, what's going on, man? Y'all can hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
All right, man. Look, I was just listening to y'all, and I agree with everything y'all saying about there's no running rule, and I always say this, bro. I know that they got two different type of boxing fans, right? You got the guys who do like the outside fighters. They like the sweet science, right? You know what I'm saying? You break your opponent down. Then you got the guys who go in for the knockout. They real brutal, a lot of action, and the majority of fans are attracted to that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? The majority of people, but you got to realize, but like, I'm part of a dying breed. I like to watch the sweet science. So when I hear this is kind of, I get kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I get anxiety because for the last 2 or 3 years, this is the pattern I've been seeing where I'll watch a good boxing match and then I go watch the highlights and I'm looking through the highlights and I see, oh, that was boring. I fell asleep. I should have been doing something else. And it's like, bro, I'm really watching boxing die before my eyes, bro. Like, so I'm getting anxiety because I feel like shit in another 10 years, boxing gonna be something I don't want to watch because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not taking away what y'all like to see. But for me, when I watch, even when you had these fights where you put two sluggers in there, I mean, I guess it's cool to me. But I promise you, bro, every fight I knew that I was tuning in to watch two people slug on each other, I would stop watching boxing. It would be nothing there for me. That's why I don't watch bare knuckle. I don't watch bare knuckle because it's two people slugging. They just
Trash.
slugging on each other. There's no skill. I don't see no skill going on. I just see two people slugging on each other until one person quits or one person falls. That is not entertaining to me as somebody who really understands boxing. I love distance control. I like movement. I like people picking and put. I like scoring shots. I like to watch somebody use their mind to break somebody down before their body even starts to take effect. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that. I like to see the mind games going on. I like to see other fighters get frustrated because they can't figure this guy out. I love all of it. That's drama to me.
Yes.
I see the drama that casuals can't see. I'm watching a lot of drama go on. A lot of people just can't see it, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, bro, what's gonna end up happening is boxing is gonna die, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna die. I'm gonna give y'all an example. The NBA, right? Look at the NBA. I remember, let's say 10, 15 years ago, the NBA was still popping, bro. The NBA was something to talk about. Right now, don't nobody give a damn about the NBA. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. You know why? Because everybody play the same style of basketball. Everybody is running gun, fast pace, pushing up the flow, spacing, one-on-one ISO. There's no more triangle. There's nobody going in the post, working down in the low post. You don't have none of that no more. You don't even have real talented dribblers that can move the ball. Everybody play basketball the exact same. That's why the shit is boring. It's boring. And with that, bro, that's all I got to say, bro. And I heard somebody say that it's not gonna die. That's cool, bro. You know, you're gonna always have fights. You gonna always have people watching it. But already, bro, most of the people you go around and you go to barbershops and you go to talk, don't nobody give a damn about boxing right now. Only hardcore fans talk about it.
That's a fact. Only us. Only we the only ones that get up there and
I'm
talk about it.
gonna say this. It sounds good. It might even make you feel good. But when you want to get a payday in combat sports, you got to come to boxing. If you want to get a payday, Francis Ngannou showed you that. We seen Rashad Evans and Rampage Jackson trying to box. If you want to get a payday in combat sports, you got to come to boxing. UFC has just lost $40 million this last year. So you can say what you want to say about our great sport, but that's because you being just too hyperbolic. It might not feel like it did when we was kids, but we don't got a Mike Tyson right now. That's all it is. We're just waiting for the next good star to come. But I got good news for you. His name is Emiliano Vargas. He's on the way. There's a guy named Ishmael Mason.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
There's a good guy, Tiger Johnson coming.
Cromel
Moulton coming. There's always a good
Antoine Russell.
Hold on
he's
one
on
second.
fire.
What I'm saying, there's always a big star coming down the road. And I'm gonna tell you this. What's that guy's name? Look at his name. Anthony Brown, the guy that Floyd signed that we interviewed a couple months ago. They said he is 18 years old, was beating the life out of Chris Eubanks. And he's trained by Jeff Mayweather. Jeff Mayweather said he's the best guy he's seen since Floyd. So all I'm telling you, what you meaning to say, Judah, is that boxing is waiting for that next big star. Tank's not that. Canelo's a businessman only. Because if Canelo was fighting the people he's supposed, if Canelo said, "Hey, I'm gonna fight Benavidez, then I'm fighting Bivol rematch back to back," boxing be on fire.
I agree with what King Judah said though. The way that it's moving right now, it will die because they I'm telling you, it will. We seeing it's dying slowly now. Go from the 80s up until now, it started dying down slowly. The competition started getting weaker and weaker. The level of opponents has been weak. The level of champions have been weak. So it's dying slowly. It's not no fast death. It's a slow bleed out.
It's not going nowhere. Boxing been around since
I'll put like
beginning
this.
of time.
I'll put like this.
Can I get an opinion on this? I got an opinion on this as well.
I got you. This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna pass the mic. Every time they say that, that's because we got a weak guy at the top. Canelo has been a swine the last 10 years. He hasn't fought anybody he's supposed to fight. He hasn't made any big fights. That swine is why you see boxing going down. If Canelo was doing what Floyd was doing, fighting big fights all the time in Vegas like he's supposed to, it would be different. If that was David Benavidez you seen in Riyadh season, it would have been on fire. And then just think if he would have beat Benavidez, right? then fought William Skull, and then said, "Hey, I want to get it back in blood versus Bivol." You telling me boxing would be on fire? Now, if Tank would have fought all his contemporaries, if he would have fought Shakur Sanchez, Black Jesus Haney, if he would have fought, all these guys, it would be different.
I'm glad you saying that because you just proving my point. I'm glad you saying it. You proving my point.
Saying is we got weak stars right now. That's all it is.
Well, I got a point. That got
one gonna
proven
pop
too,
out,
man.
BVO. You right. Somebody gonna pop out. You right.
Well, look, because I wasn't necessarily saying about the stars, right? But I see what you're saying. But you did make a point for me when you just said that, people like Tank Davis and some of the stars we have. This go back to why I said getting rid of pure boxers and just going to more of a brawling favorite type of a style. Getting rid of the boxers and making everybody one dimensional where everybody's slugging to get a knockout. That's why you have a Tank Davis. Tank Davis understand he don't have to fight the best. He can put the slowest, most flat-footed, most unskilled person in front of him, and as long as he hurt him or knock him out, fans gonna be satisfied. So what happens is that pure boxer that can give him trouble, Tank never have to fight him because fans have been convinced that pure boxer is trash.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't like that because you got to remember. That's what you got to remember. When Floyd fought Jab Judah, he had just lost to Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did Floyd do? He whooped Judah and Baltimore.
Both of them, yeah.
So that's what I mean. What I'm saying is, I get what you're saying, Judah, but I'm trying to tell you, it's because we got swine. We got swines as a die. I wish Devin Haney would have been smart and signed to Floyd. If Devin Haney would have stayed with Showbox like he should have in the beginning, if Anthony Joshua would have stayed with Showbox like he should have in the beginning, boxing would be different. If we would have got the Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder unification, you would be saying different. What I'm saying is boxing is making bad moves, but once that new star emerges, you're going to see the difference. It's just like anything else.
But the thing about it is Haney, they didn't need a monthly stipend. You know what I'm saying? Haney had a dad. He didn't need a monthly stipend.
Do y'all realize right now, bro? I'm sorry about it, but do y'all realize right now in boxing, we in a situation where when you take a good fighter, right? Let's say you have a good fighter, a Boots or Abdullah Mason. These are the dudes I'm high on after the guys over them, kind of move out or retire, right? These dudes putting on good fights, right? And let's say they have a great fight. You see a lot of skill. They did what they had to do. They get the win. When they don't get knockouts, it's a consensus in boxing right now that was a bad performance. That's how bad it's getting. When people don't see a knockout, that is considered a bad performance now. Boxing is turning into I don't know what else I can say to y'all. Like I'm watching this shit right before my eyes.
Yeah, but we do want to. What you do, the whole objective is though we do want to see you inflict pain on your opponent.
Judah, let me tell you this.
It's a certain mentality that we want to see when these guys go in the ring.
You know what boxing comes from? It comes from the Coliseum. Do you know they would put men in there with bears and lions?
That's crazy.
That's what they would do during Roman times, Greek times, which America is based off. They would put a man in there with a bear who ain't ate in a week. They would put him in there with a lion who ain't ate in a week. So it's never going to stop. The blood will always reign. It'll never stop. The flesh business will always be good. But let me stop talking so I can get my man T Hill in here. What's up, T Hill?
Hey, man, I just came up here to say, man, it's good to see some of the Devengers, some of the Haneyites back out of the masses, boy, because for a while, them last two performances had them in the sticks. But with the new proposition of a possible fight with the young, newly boogeyman of the 47 division, we got him back in effect. So salute my man, Devin the Dream Haney, and may he be the fighter that y'all say you need at the top that brings boxing back to the heights that it used to be at. That's my first words right there.
Well, Mr. Chairman, we got to call you out of order because one thing we know about Devin Haney is the man ain't ducking no smoke. That's the one thing we know.
That's the fact.
We know that man.
Say he ducked smoke.
Hold on, brother.
No. You was out of order when you replied. Out of order, man.
Can I finish? Go ahead.
Nah, I never said he was out. I said may he be the fighter that bring boxing back to the heights that it used to be. Because he's the one that's ducking no smoke. He's taking all comers. So let him be the move.
100%. At T Hill, I'm in full agreement with you.
Wait. Don't be in agreement. Let the rest of the panel say amen and pass the tank ain't around.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you some love as a Tank fan.
I'm not
No,
gay no
you give
more.
me some love
I
as a
am
boxing
delivered.
fan.
I don't like men no more. I said I like women.
And when you say
That's
that, just make
crazy.
sure that my man delivered because everything fell on two people's shoulders. Boxing in the state because of, well, it had to be brought up, but as soon as you say that name, it rubbed people the wrong way. I've seen people hate on people who know a person because of that. And that's just outright disgusting. But because of Canelo and because of Tank, boxing is in the state that it is in.
Well, I'm
Not
gonna
because
tell
Yeah,
of the
you.
people that
100%.
handle the
We
fight,
in full
not
agreement, but
because
it's
of the
not. It's
people
not
that.
just them. It's the people that
No,
organize their
that's what I
fights.
just heard though.
Hey,
So hey, shout
It's
out
the
to
people that
Devin
organize the
Haney
fights.
being
Mr. Tillman, you know what
shout
I would
out to
tell
Devin
you.
Haney being the movement.
You know
Shout
what
out
I
to
would tell
Shakur
you.
Stevenson being movement.
But T
Hopefully
Hill, he
Boots
been
Ennis.
that though. He been that though.
Well, we're
He
gonna
he
see
was the one
because
that he
right
was he
now
was
it's
the
in the
one that
depths,
challenged the status
and it's
quo and tried
because
to
of
push
two
for
people.
Lomachenko.
So let me get this clear though. Two people have ruined boxing to the point where he can't be saved. Not the rest of
Well,
folks that's up in
well,
there,
it
but
did
just two
die.
people.
It
And
died.
I'm
It
glad to
died
see
under
you
their
again,
reign.
Judah. I'm glad to see you out here hating on
It
Tank like you
died. It
used to do.
died. It died. It
Because
died
your
in
boy
their
was looking
era
bad
though.
for the
So
past
it
couple of
had to be
matches.
them
You was
two.
gone.
It had
You
to
was
be them
not
two.
to
You know
be
what I'm
seen
saying?
or
So,
heard.
but
But
Hey,
it's
let
no,
good
me.
to
you
see you
just don't
back.
go to the
Y'all
channels
got
I go
y'all got
to.
smoke. Y'all got smoke with each other.
I don't even know who
Nah,
that
he just a
is. That
notorious
dude is
hater.
not like that dude is nobody to
I
me. I don't
never,
even know
I
who that
never
is.
hated on no fighter.
I don't even
But
know
I've
his
seen
name.
him go to channel hating on fighter, especially one in
Well, a lot
particular.
of people
And
just
then
like
he
me on
didn't
their
do no
channels.
hating, no talking, no commenting
You
when he
know, a
was
lot of
down
people just
bad.
like me. I don't
But
know. I don't
thanks
know who
to
he is at
Ken
all.
Norman Jr., my man is back up from the shadows, and I love it. I just hope
Yeah.
that my man Devin Haney go through with that fight, and I hope he put a beating on Norman.
Hey, you don't need to
So he
hope. He
can
didn't
vindicate.
chase the fight. What you mean he hope he do it? He made the fight. How dumb?
Nah,
How stupid you
I
sound?
see the fight when the
How
fight
stupid
actually
you
comes.
sound? You hope he make a fight. You hope he show up to a fight that he made. He chased the man down and made the fight, and you hope he show up to it. How stupid you sound? Who you been listening to? Showbiz. I know who you be on. You talking about you done heard me on panels. Nigga, you don't
Oh
never
yeah,
go on no
I done
channels I
seen
be
you
on.
many
You be
places
on
doing what you
Showbiz.
do.
You be
I
on Ego.
never been
You
on
be on
Showbiz.
Fanon. You be on
I've been
all
on
them echo
Fanon.
chambers of all the
I've been on
fans who
Fanon.
hating
Never
on
been on
Devin Haney.
Showbiz.
That's where you be at.
But you've been everywhere hating.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
know I be every fucking where. Yup, you damn right. Everybody know who I am too. I don't know who the
Hey,
fuck
we pray
you is.
together, we sing
Hey,
together. We can't
Judah,
talk
Judah,
together.
Because you a hater. Niggas know haters.
Yeah, no, you a hater. You came up here with my name in your mouth. You came up
Judah.
here with my name in your mouth in your fucking dick suckers. You came up.
Hold on, Judah, Judah, don't, Judah, don't. You can't talk like that on my panel. You can't talk like that on our panel, bro. We don't do that monkey talk. Yeah, we don't do the
Yeah,
monkey
well,
talk. You
hey,
can talk.
don't have nobody come disrespecting me, bro. I don't even know who this dude is. I don't even know who that dude is. Yeah, my
Man,
bad, bro. My
Man, you
bad,
doing?
bro.
You
I'm
appreciate your
about to
prop.
go live, man. You can talk like that on my damn panel. You can talk like that on my show. And I'm about to go
Hey,
live. I
BVO,
got 10
BVO.
minutes. I got 10 minutes. Hold on, Prize. Hold on, Prize. I got 10. I started talking before you did. I got 10 minutes before my birthday. That's it. I got 10 minutes. And
Ooh.
we got a birthday live about to show up. You know what I'm saying? And so you know what? Hey, I ain't got no problem with it over at my show. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, you can't do it on BVO, but when BVO get
Nah,
on
let
my
me tell
panel,
BVO. Like,
BVO
look
be
at me.
talking exactly like that on my panel. So
But let me tell
I ain't
BVO
got
though,
no problem with
BVO.
that.
I
Let me
never
let, let
invite
me let,
nobody else to nobody else's private
let me
party, bro.
BVO.
I never do that. That's just wild.
Yeah, don't invite nobody. I'll be honest. I'm gonna just say this. I'll be honest. If you told me to invite me to your private part, I'm probably gonna either unalive you or put a knife in you, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy to say that, bro. That's crazy to say that, man. So
Yeah.
But see, y'all, BVO, he has monkey. He does monkey activity as well, yo, guys. So all the kids that heard that's let's
Man,
BVO
listen,
said
y'all
he an
not even trying.
unaliver, man. We don't want it. We don't want the kids hearing that, man.
that's
But
violence, man. That's
bro,
a violent
listen.
But
thing to say.
let's keep it respectful.
But this is what
Nah,
we do.
look,
This is
what I'm
what.
trying to tell BVO is, bro, look, this is my first time on your panel, bro. I do apologize for that, right? And I don't, I saw you around before, you know, I done saw you around because I know you rock with Dub, so I done seen you around. You know, sometimes I be in y'all chat or whatever. This is my first time up here, but you know, I don't mean no disrespect. But
Oh yeah, I
anybody
rock
who
with you,
know me,
Judah. I
anybody who
rock
know
with you,
me,
Judah.
anybody who know me know I've been like this from day one since I stepped on YouTube. I would be respectful until I'm disrespected. Till I'm
That's
disrespected.
cool. But
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying is this. Yeah, that's cool, and we got you, and we appreciate you, and we want you to
We
come
saw you.
back
That's why
again.
you up here, man.
Yeah,
That's why
you're
you up
right,
here.
and we want you to come back again. But the way we do things around here, and we'll correct the errors that was made towards you or whatever. We'll correct those errors as well. But we try to keep it like positive and no, like you can go back and forth, like me and you can snap on each other, but we're not gonna cuss each other out. We're not gonna invite each other to private parts. We just certain
That's
certain
nasty
words,
talk,
certain
man.
things we're not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
we can
Jude, hey,
snap.
my brother Judah, to keep it a stat with you, as you can see, all the tank guys is turning into Sean Taylor and Fred Smoot. They see Devin Haney is still taking on the tough challenges in the sport of boxing, and other guys is, you know, hoping for a Jake Paul fight.
Oh my God, that's
Keep it a
crazy.
stat.
I'm
Right.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
That's
And this is
crazy.
true. This is true. The fact is this. I wish Devin would have signed with Floyd because I feel like everything that Tank has received was meant for Devin. I just felt like Devin signed with the wrong promoter, like Bob said. But happy birthday to my man Dub Right Side, man. How old you turn? 41?
I gotta go do the numbers. I don't know exactly how old I am right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, look, I done got to
Nigga,
the
you know
point in
how old
life.
you is. You done
That's
going
crazy.
75 years old.
I'm either 36 or 37. I gotta go
2
do the
cents
numbers.
said
So
you. 2 cents
I
said
don't
it
know.
was
I don't
cap.
know which one I am right now. I'm just
That's
telling you.
cap.
That man know how old he is. That
Nah,
man was born in
He's 165 years
1905.
old.
nah, Dub. I think Dub
1905.
37. I
He
think
30.
Dub 37. We
I'm
the
He's
an 88
same
baby.
age.
I'm an 88 baby. So
Yeah,
I
we the same age, but
Oh,
your
you
birthday come
37.
before mine. Yeah, your
yeah.
birthday come before mine. You're
Yeah.
37.
Dub ain't no
So I'm
damn
turning
37.
37. I'm turning 37. I'm turning 37. You're right.
Dub ain't no 37. Dub was
They're
born in
45.
78. He was born in
Yeah, because I turned
78.
35 this
Hey,
year, Dub. Yeah, you got 3
y'all
years.
know what's so crazy? That what they say about people with old souls. You know what I'm saying? That you're old. It's okay though. I ain't got no problem with it. It's the wisdom that come with it. It's the wisdom. You
Ah,
understand?
But
You
and
understand how y'all.
okay,
you know what
okay.
I will
Talk your
say
ish,
though?
Doug. Talk your ish.
You know what I will say though? One thing I will say is I'm noticing about YouTube, especially since I've been on it lately, over the last 3 years almost. It's like either you love Devin or people love Tank. It can never be both, which is
Nigga, I love them
crazy.
both. I respect them both. And I didn't ever disrespect nobody. Please don't ever disrespect me like that again.
Yeah,
That,
but is it? Go ahead, Free.
hey, what I was gonna say is I don't understand what's all the daggone hate for with these fighters. Though none of y'all know these guys personally. I don't understand. I don't understand. What's all the hate? It's no problem saying you believe this fighter is gonna beat that fighter. Everybody gotta go dig up these other motives to get riled up. They're not fighting each other. Ain't no need to be riled up about it.
I don't think hate is universal, bro. I think what it is everybody's definition of hate is different, right? But it take the real ones to sit there and really break down what is hate versus what is truth. Because when you sit up there and say, well, you know what, I don't rock with this fighter because they don't take tough fights, that's not hating. That's you saying I don't rock with this fighter because they don't take tough fights. But when you find other stuff to not like about a fighter, or every time this fighter name come up, you got something negative to say, when you actually in actuality, this fighter ain't did nothing that should have to go into this type of hate, that's hating. But you have both sides saying both sides hating, but in reality, only one side truly hating. Now y'all take it how y'all want it.
I bet that is the truth.
Hey man, hey, shout out to all y'all brothers,
wasn't
man.
in.
I'm out. I'm getting ready to go live. I got 4 minutes before my birthday starts, so I'm gonna be live for my birthday. Much
All
love and respect. I appreciate y'all,
Listen, man,
and
happy
I'm
early
out
Bro,
for the
birthday,
bro,
night.
brother.
alive, baby boy. I'll be there.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
almost done with your
I was
thumbnail,
Be
man.
there.
Hey, don't worry about it. I already got one up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll pull up for Dub's live stream birthday bash. That's gonna be lit. I promise you.
Yeah. On that note, man, appreciate you coming by, Judah, man.
Yeah,
Hope to have you
please come back.
again.
Yeah,
I
Yes.
please
know
come again.
I know you don't
Please
usually
come
hang out
again.
with blacks, man, but I appreciate you coming through. Shout out to the chairman, man. Shout out to B3. Shout out to
Man, no,
Ant.
hold on, BVO. You was way out of order tonight. You told the black man to sign his rights over. Man, we gonna have to talk, man. You said the black man's supposed to sign his rights over. He didn't sign with the right promoter. You sound like Bob Arum now.
That's crazy.
You out of pocket,
Let
man.
me throw this brother in the back.
Yeah.
Salute to my man Ant, man. Hope to have you back soon, Ant. Appreciate you coming
Yeah,
through.
shout out Ant Man.
Appreciate you always, BVO. My
Ant
guy.
Man be kicking that ish. Shout out Ant Man.
Prize. Appreciate you too, man.
You already know.
I see y'all over at Dub right
Shout
side.
out my brother Puro. Shout out everybody in the chat. 2 cents came through. You know, brother Bentley, of course. You know, shout out everybody in the chat, man. Oh, the round one. Shout out to you.
Shout out my man B3, man. And shout out my man Tommy from the Bronx. In this video, he actually cried when he was with Deontay Wilder. So that's why I put that up. Peace.